ほら、ルフィ、今一緒に海賊になる仲間を探してるんだ。
Hello guys. Welcome to my channel The Wandering Zoro, your go-to destination for anime-related content. And if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest videos. In today's video, we're going to be diving into the last part of the series. So be sure to stick around until the end, and let's get started. An army of sheep led by a lion are better than an army of lions led by a sheep. Alexander the Great. Izuku stared at Lucci with a devilish smirk on his face. Lucci, who was in his leopard form, smirks at the green-haired devil hybrid and spoke. Lucci, it would have been smart if you stayed down. I might have considered letting you live, brat. Izuku chuckles. You really think I am so easy to kill? How well then? Izuku then unleashes his newfound power, pushing Lucci back with him blocking. Due to the pressure, this also caught the attention of Alucard and Noitora. Alucard, oh, looks like things are getting interesting. Noitra, what's up with that brat's power? It's off the charts. Lucci, I have had enough of this shave. He vanished only for him to appear and deliver a punch to Izuku that blew almost all of the buildings away with smoke surrounding the area. When it cleared, Izuku was blocking Lucci's punch with his right hand and had a bored look on his face. Izuku, is that it? I was expecting more. Lucci didn't have time to react as he was pulled in by Izuku and was elbowed in the face. Izuku then spun and kicked the hulking leopard man, sending him sliding as he stopped himself. Lucci, the brat's more trouble than I thou. Izuku, you should really pay attention. Hearing that Lucci saw Izuku in front of him grabbing Lucci by the face, he was slammed into the ground with authority, creating a crater in the ground. Istef, I don't believe it. He is taking on Lucci with no problem at all. Izuku, hey, you're not dead, are you? Lucci grunted as he opened his eyes to see Izuku's smirking face. He then vanishes. Izuku was then wrapped up with Lucci's tail, restraining him with the hulking man aiming his fists at the green-haired boy's chest. Lucci, 6 King Gun. He blasts Izuku in the chest, causing the boy to gasp and cough up some vital fluid, releasing him from his tail. Lucci hits Izuku with a tempest kick, sending him through the wall, coming out on the other side of the building. It's death. No, Izuku. Lucci, you really think you can beat me, boy? Be serious. You cannot hope to defeat me. He then heard laughter. As everyone heard it, the laughter was coming from Izuku, who sits up. His laughter became maniacal. Izuku, ha 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 ha, this is it now. This is a challenge. Lucci, what the? Izuku, come now, let's not stop playing. I want to see what else you can do, little kitty. If you think you can bring me down with attacks like those, then this fight is going to be over too soon. Alucard, seems the kid is about to get serious. Noitra, what are you talking about? Lucci is about to slaughter that brat. Alucard, I wouldn't be so worried about him. I would worry about me. They both charge at each other. Izuku, now things are actually getting interesting. Do you have any other tricks you can do, little cat? Lucci, you dare mock me. Using shave, he vanishes and appears and goes for a tempest kick, but his leg gets grabbed, stopping his attack, which caught him off guard. Lucci then felt immense pain from the punch Izuku gave him to his gut that sent him flying away. Izuku, oh look, the kitty cat can fly. Darkness burst from Izuku as he started to change, with horns growing from his head. His hair turned black and grew longer, with his skin hardened. His hands turned into claws with wings coming from his back. Izuku dragon hybrid form. Lucci landed on his feet a distance away in front of Izuku in his new transformation. Lucci, what the hell are you? Izuku, me, well, I am a devil and a dragon now. Enough talk, time for some fun. He then held out his hand as darkness gathered around it. Lucci felt himself get pulled towards Izuku, unable to stop himself. Lucci, what's going on? I can't stop. He was then punched in the gut hard enough to cough up some vital fluid. He was about to be sent flying, but Izuku held onto his wrist, keeping him there. He then palm strike the leopard male in the gut, once more blasting him, with Lucci unable to do anything. Lucci then recuperated but was kicked in the jaw and sent to the ground by none other than Izuku, who then vanished with Lucci hitting the ground, creating a crater, but Izuku appeared above him. Izuku, Black Dragon God Flaming Roar. The attack hit him dead, on sending him deeper into the ground as death. Watching this was awestruck at what she was witnessing. Izuku canceled his attack and was flying in the air waiting for the smoke to clear. Lucci appeared behind Izuku, only to be punched in the face with Izuku. Not even looking, channeling black flames to his fist, he punched Lucci in the jaw, sending him away, infuriating the man, who brought out his 4 devil wings and flew at Izuku with the dragon devil child flying at Lucci, with them both soon clashing as they started throwing punches at each other. Lucci, thinking, I can't believe this brat is actually able to keep up with me? He punched Izuku in the face, but that made the dragon hybrid laugh. Izuku, ha ha ha, is that it? Come on. He punched Lucci in the jaw, then connected with a punch to his gut, and hit the man, ending him flying with a roundhouse kick. He then appeared and delivered an axe kick to Lucci's midsection, sending him to the ground with a boom. Izuku did not let up. He landed right on Lucci, stomping him in the gut, causing him to cough up vital fluid. Izuku then started hitting him with a barrage of punches to Lucci's face, not letting up in the slightest. Each punch echoed after the last, and every hit Lucci felt it, and started reverting back to his human form, with Izuku still beating the hell out of him, as he then came to a stop, looking down at a now bruised Lucci. Izuku, I don't tell me that's it. Lucci then launched at Izuku, going for a finger pistol, only for Izuku to grab his hand and snap it, breaking his wrist. Crying out in pain, Lucci was silenced by Izuku palm striking his face, sending high through the wall back to where his death is. He tries to get up, only to be stabbed in the back by Izuku, who held his sword using black lighting. He sends it to Lucci, shocking the man, with him screaming in pain. It's death. What are you doing? Aren't you going to kill him? Izuku, no, not yet. He needs to tell us where your sister is. No need. Alucard comes from the shadows. Izuku, oh, you're Alucard, the legendary vampire. Alucard, yes, I see. We finally meet, son of High. Izuku, you know about me? Alucard, but of course you're the new mercenary taking care of the filth in the underworld. You're getting quite popular. Izuku then started to revert back to his human form. Alucard, I know where your little sister is. I got the info from that Neutra guy and the other one named Vega. It's death. Can you take us to where they're holding her? Alucard, yes, if you think you can keep up. Izuku, yeah, we see a. Izuku then drops to one knee, panting, with his death checking on him. It's death. Izuku, are you alright? Izuku, yeah, that new form took a lot out of me. It's different from my balance breaker, that's for sure. But come on, let's go get your sister. At an unknown location, Mizore was sitting on the ground with chains wrapped around her wrist and ankles. They were placed on her by Lucci to seal her magic away. The girl was saddened by her imprisonment. Flashback 2 years ago. Mizore was in her cell when she heard footsteps approaching. Looking up at the bar, she sees Isdeath, her older sister. Mizore, Isdeath? Isdeath looks at her and places something down in front of her cell, with Mizore walking over with the chains wrapped around her wrist and ankles. She gets close to the bars and takes the gift her sister had for her and unwraps it, showing it was Mizore, a cinnamon bun. Isdeath, I know they're your favorite. I managed to get it for you. I know you're trapped in there, but I can't let you starve yourself to death. Mother would never forgive me. The purple-haired girl eats the snack given to her like she hasn't eaten in years. When she was done, she smiled at her older sibling. Isdeath, Mizore, I swear I'm going to get you out of here one day. I will be strong enough to defeat Lucci and his gang and earn our freedom. That guy's using us for our powers to sell to those foolish humans. Mizore, it will be okay, Isdeath. I know I am not as strong as you are, and Uxie is a powerful stray devil, and low-class demons like us don't stand a chance against him. Isdeath, don't worry, because I swear I will get you out of here, even if it costs me my life to do so. She smiled at her sister, with Mizore smiling back. Flashback end. Outside the hideout. Izuku, Isdeath, and Alucard has made it there. Isdeath, we made it. Alucard, Izuku, is something wrong? Alucard? Alucard, something doesn't feel right. Isdeath, come on, we don't have time to waste. I need to see my sister. Izuku was about to speak until he felt a build-up of magical power. He saw Isdeath quickly approaching the building, but he grabbed her and jumped back. Isdeath, Izuku, what are you? Izuku, it's a trap. The building glowed brightly, surprising them all, with it soon exploding, blowing them back. Isdeath looks at the explosion as she yelled out, Isdeath, Mizore. She quickly made her way down. With the explosion finally died down, she went to search for her sister's remains. Izuku, Thinking that Lucci, he must have had this planned in case he needed an endgame plan. He was brought out of his thoughts by Isdef, who was screaming. Isdef. Mizor, open your eyes, Mizor. Holding on to the badly burned body of her sister, Mizor was barely alive as she weakly opened her eyes. Mizor, yes. Isdef, is that you? Isdef. Yes, it's me. Hold on, okay, we're gonna get you help, okay, don't you dare die on me, you hear? Alucard. Even if we move at our fastest speed, she will most likely still die. Seeing those injuries on her, she will not last much longer. Isdef. And oh, my sister is not dying, not today. Izuku just watches as Isdef looks at him. Isdef. Izuku, can you resurrect her like you did for me? Izuku. You want me to make her a member of my peerage? Isdef. Please, can you do it? I can't lose my only sister. Izuku. Are you sure that's what you want? She will be a devil just like you. Isdef. I don't care as long as she is alive. She is my little sister. I promised our mother I will protect her, and if this is the only way, then do it. Izuku stepped forward, standing over them. Izuku. Get back, Isdef. What is her name? Isdef. Mizor Shirayuki. Isdef gently lays her sister's barely alive body on the ground while Izuku brings out a pawn piece. Izuku. I, Izuku Asmodeus of House Asmodeus, hereby resurrect you. Mizor Shirayuki is my pawn, and member of my house. Now rise and live again. A black magic circle appears under Mizor as the pawn piece floats down and goes inside her as her body glows bright blue, with it soon dying down. Mizor was no longer badly burned. Her skin was normal. She opened her eyes to see Isdef crying and smiling at her. Mizor. Isdef, am I dreaming? Isdef. No, you're not dreaming. She pulls her into a hug. Isdef. You're alive, little sister. Mizor returns the hug as she cries, finally being reunited with her older sister. They both then broke the hug to see Izuku there with Alucard. Izuku. Mizor Shirayuki, it is a pleasure to meet you. I am Izuku. Mizor. It's nice to meet you. Were you the one that saved me? Izuku. Yes, I am, but we need to get out of here. That huge explosion would likely attract heroes, and we don't want to be around when they get here. Isdef and Miser. Right. They all were about to walk away until Izuku suddenly stopped, causing them all to stare at him. Isdef. Izuku, what's? She was cut off as Izuku started coughing up some vital fluid. He then clenched his chest and screamed in pain, followed by him dropping to his knees. Isdef. Izuku. Alucard. Damn it. Seems the overuse of his power finally caught up to him. Izuku hit the ground, his eyes barely opened as he saw Isdef and Alucard calling out to him, but he could not hear them. Soon darkness overtook him, drifting into unconsciousness. Opening his eyes, Izuku looks around to see he is lying on the ground. Looking around, he sees he is surrounded by multiple shadows like soldiers standing around the boy, who got up and quickly got on guard. Izuku. Who the hell are you, and where the hell am I? Relax, kid. They're not going to hurt you. Izuku turned and saw Anubis sitting on the steps leading up to an empty throne. Izuku. Anubis, what's going on? Anubis stands and walks up to the boy as they now stand face to face, with Anubis looking down at him, since he is taller than Izuku. In case you're wondering, Izuku is 13 years old right now, and his height is 5 feet 6 inches. I also made high as tall as Yusuke in this story. Anubis. You are not in any danger, though I had to help you in your fight. It seems something has changed in you. Izuku. Change? What are you talking about? Anubis smirked, looking down at Izuku, and spoke. Anubis. Izuku, you. He points his finger at the green-haired boy and spoke. Anubis. Have reawakened. Izuku was confused and asked. Izuku. Reawakened. What are you talking about? Did I die? Anubis. In a way of speaking, yes, but do not fear, you are alive. It appears not only do you have me as a sacred gear, but you also inherited my abilities as well. Izuku. So I have new powers? Anubis. Yes, you see, I had many powers that gained me many names centuries ago. I was not always known as Anubis. I was human before becoming a dragon back. Then I went BYY, the name Sung Jin Woo, and I wasn't always as strong as you see. Izuku. You weren't? Anubis. No, you see, back when I was human, my world was filled with hunters more than heroes. I was known as the weakest hunter, but when I was reawakened, I became stronger with every battle and every dungeon I went into. Dungeons were pockets of the chaos world connected through gates. They contained a horde of monsters which were led by a boss and remained open until the boss was killed. You could say it was like a video game, but in real life. Izuku, I see. Anubis. You will grow strong the same way I did. You grew a lot more stronger after your fight with Rob Lucci. Though you went unconscious, you will awaken back in the real world. Izuku. So who are all these people? He motions to all the shadow soldiers around them. Anubis. These are or were my shadow soldiers. They served me faithfully during my time. When I was alive, they fought by my side in times of danger and protected the ones I held dear. They will obey and carry out any order given. They are monsters I defeated. Some gave me the toughest challenge I ever had, but I made them a part of my shadow army. They can't be killed, but it takes a considerable amount of mana to keep them around, mana, which you will need to improve as you grow. Izuku. Wait, are you saying? Anubis nods, giving the green-haired boy a smile. Anubis. Izuku, you are the wielder of the apex dragon, the one I have chosen to wield my powers. You have lived your life hated by others and abused by those that called themselves your family. I knew from the moment I chose you as my wielder that I chose correctly. Now you are the one who shall inherit my will and carve your own path in this world. Ascend to the throne and take your place. Izuku stares at the empty throne as he walks up the stairs. Each step he takes, his heartbeat increases. He then stops as he sits down on the throne, getting comfortable. Anubis walks up to him and asks, Anubis, how do you feel? Izuku, I feel. Suddenly Izuku grabbed his head as his eyes glowed white. He then sees the memories of Anubis and his time as Sung Jinwoo, the battles he fought, the monsters that he turned to soldiers, the dungeons he went through, how he reawakened, how he became the Shadow Monarch. He saw everything that made Anubis who he was. Izuku's eyes went back to normal as he breathed heavily after witnessing everything. He then looked up to his dragon counterpart. Izuku, so that's what you went through? You really went through a lot, and you became so strong. Anubis. Yes, but now it is your turn now. It is your time to show me how you will carve out your own path with the power of the shadows. He then turned to face the shadow soldiers who were now lined up side by side as Anubis spoke. Anubis. Loyal shadow soldiers, the time has come for you to once more be called to service. I no longer reign over you. My time has come to pass. But there is a new shadow monarch, a new brilliant fragment of light I now present to you. Your new king, Izuku Asmodeus. When this was heard, the shadow soldiers did not speak a word, as they then did something that surprised Izuku. They all bowed their heads and spoke. Shadow soldiers. All hail His Majesty King Izuku. Seeing this, Izuku was wide-eyed. These shadow soldiers are now his to control his body, then glowed, showing it was time for him to wake up. Anubis. Well, seems you are about to wake up. Hey, you might find yourself in for a surprise when you wake up. Izuku. What are you talking about? Anubis. Smirks, you'll see. Before Izuku could ask anything else, his entire body vanishes from his mindscape. Anubis. Good luck, my successor. Opening his eyes, Izuku sees he is not in a hospital as he sees a ceiling. He then turns his head to his left to see he is in a hotel suite. Izuku. Wait, a hotel suite? He tries to sit up but feels a weight on his right side. Izuku. What the? He then moves the cover to reveal a naked Rias sleeping, hugging his arm. Izuku. Wait, Rias, what the hell? Hearing Izuku yell stirs the redhead awake as she then sits up and lets out a yawn and lays her head back down, looking at Izuku with a smile. Rias. Good morning, Izuku. Did you sleep well? Izuku looked away with a blush on his face. Izuku. Rias, why the hell are you sleeping in the same bed as me, and why the hell are you naked? Rias. Well, me and Akino found you close to death. We appeared when we felt that magic power you unleashed when fighting Lucci, and the explosion also caught our attention. When we got there, we saw you, Alucard, and a blue-haired girl trying to wake you up. Izuku. Okay, so why are you sleeping with me naked? Rias. Well, due to the condition you were in, we had to act fast, although that girl you were with didn't trust us. Even though we said we meant no harm, seeing the state you were in, she relented. But she came along with us. Alucard was nice enough to let us use this hotel suite to heal you. I used the skin method, which only works if we're both naked. Hearing that, Izuku then looks down and saw he was naked. As well, he quickly covers himself while Rias giggled. Izuku. This is not funny. Rias. Calm down, Izuku. This is how I usually sleep. You were very comfy to sleep with as well. Izuku. Size okay, I am filled in on everything now. Can you please leave? This is awkward enough as it is. Rias. Oh, what's wrong, Izuku? I don't mind if you look at me while I am naked. Izuku then looked her dead in the eyes and spoke. Izuku. Nice try, Rias, but I'm not a pervert, so would you please get dressed and get out so I can get changed? Rias. I'll put you're no fun. She then gets out of bed and gets dressed, although she put her panties on slowly, giving Izuku a nice view of her rear. He tried his hardest not to look, but he did. He wasn't a pervert, but he was still a teenager, and he had to admit Rias was temptation personified. As she got her clothes on, she headed for the door and looked back at Izuku once more. Rias. Oh, and your clothes are in the bathroom. I had Akino get you some, because yours were stained and damaged. She then exited the room and turned as she met face to face with Isteth. Isteth, how is he? Rias. He is fine, actually. He just woke up. You can stop worrying now. Isteth. Fine, now that that's done, your services are no longer needed. Rias. Excuse me? Isteth. I can take care of things from here, so you and your queen can go. Thank you for healing Izuku and my little sister now, if you don't mind. Isteth cut it out. Hearing that, she looked past Rias and saw Izuku in his new clothes, wearing black jeans and boots with a gray hoodie on him as he stood in front of his queen. Izuku. I know you're worried about me, but don't give Rias a hard. I'm grateful she healed me, so cut her some slack. Isteth. Okay, fine. Suddenly, Izuku was hugged from behind with melons pressing into his back, but he didn't react as he slightly turned his head to see Akino, Rias' queen. Akino. Izuku, you gave us quite the scare when we found you all hurt. I am so happy to see you okay. Isteth, seeing this, eyebrow twitched. Izuku. Thank you, Akino. Izuku. Isteth, how is your sister? Isteth. She is fine thanks to this girl's queen and those other two. Izuku. Other two? So this is Izuku Asmodeus. Izuku then looked the two girls. One he remembered and the other not so much. Izuku. Sona Citri. Sona. Izuku, I don't believe we have officially met yet. You know my name. Izuku. Your sister talks about you a lot. Sona. I see. Well, as you may know, I am Sona Citri, and this is my queen Tsubaki. Tsubaki bows to Izuku. Tsubaki. A pleasure to meet you, Izuku-sama. Izuku. None of that sama thing. Alright, I am no heir to anything, so just Izuku is fine. Looks at Isteth. Where is your sister? Isteth takes Izuku as the two heiresses and their queens followed them, reaching Mizor's door. Izuku knocks as Mizor tells them to come in. Opening the door, they see she is sitting on her bed in some new clothes of her own. Izuku. You're awake. Good. How are you feeling? Mizor. I am feeling much better thanks to you and those girls. They're healing me. I can thank you enough for what you've done for me. Izuku. It's fine, don't worry about it. Since we're all here, how about some introductions? I will start. I am Izuku Asmodeus, son of High Asmodeus, one of the 4 devil kings. I resurrected you as a member of my peerage. So now you are a part of my household. You are my pawn, taking up one piece. Mizor. I see. Izuku then turns to Rias and Sona. Izuku. In case you haven't met already, this is Isteth, Mizor's older sister. She's my queen. He then looks at Isteth. Izuku. Isteth, as the title states, you are my queen. You are the second strongest next to me in the peerage. You are my right hand and second in command when I am not around to lead the peerage. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't really want to actually have a peerage, but I was always open to the idea. Now that you both are with me, I will not treat you as worker, but I will be respected. As long as you show me respect, I will show it to you. I don't want either you to think I will belittle you or anything you do. I also wish for us to grow stronger together. A peerage is just as strong as their king, so we will be making sure everyone improves what they are lacking. If you have anything to say or any displeasure about this, feel free to speak now. I will not hold it against you. Isteth took a knee and bowed before Izuku as she spoke. Isteth. Do not fear, Izuku. I have no worries or any ill will of this ordeal. I am grateful you saved my life and my sister's life. You gave me a second chance to live, and so I will stand by your side as your queen, your right hand. And if so, I'll even be your lover if you wish it. Hearing that, Izuku went wide-eyed as he was blushing. Izuku. Wait, what? Isteth. Seeing the way you decimated Rob Lucci and killed Jienma, it showed me just how powerful you really are. To think if you and I had a child, the power they would possess will be. Izuku. Okay, that will be enough right there, sighs. He then looks at Mizore. Izuku. Well, what about you, Mizore? Mizore. I have no complaints. I will do my best to live up to your expectations, Izuku, so thank you. Rias. My Izuku, you have a queen and a pawn. You have been a very busy boy, haven't you? Izuku. Don't start, oh, and. Thank you for healing me, and Mizore, I can assure you I will repay you for this, I promise. Rias. There is no need for that, Izuku. I was happy to help. Well, now that's all out of the way. From the shadows of the room, Alucard comes to greet the young devils. Izuku. Oh hell, Alucard. Alucard. Good to see you back among the living, Izuku. Now that you're all healed, it's time to handle that business you spoke about. Izuku. Oh that. Rias. What is he talking about? Izuku. It's about Lucius' death, Mizore come. His death and Mizore gained serious expressions on their faces as they stood by Izuku. Izuku. Rias, Sona, I will see you guys later, we have to take care of something. A black magic circle appeared below them and teleported them away as Alucard scatters into bats flying out of the window. Rias. So, Sona, what do you think of Izuku? Sona. He is quite interesting, like you said he was. Akino. I couldn't make him blush when I hugged him. Seems Izuku's a tough one to tease, but I do like a challenge. Tsubaki. He certainly has an interesting queen. Rias. Yes, to think she would blurt out something like that, she is quite bold. Akino. Oh well, Rias, you better step your game up, or else this death is going to take your man. Rias then blushes at this. Rias. What are you talking about? Akino? Izuku is not my man. Akino. Oh well, then I should go ahead and stake my claim on him before his death does, as she already made her intentions known. Both heiresses shook their head, hearing the Thunder Queen's words. With Izuku, they were following Alucard down a hallway that led to a door that was closed as Izuku spoke. Izuku. This is it? Awkward. Yes, I had him here ever since you kicked his, but he's been struggling to get free, but he can't with those bindings on him. Opening the door, they were greeted with the sight of Rob Lucci, who was still wounded from his fight with Izuku, which was a few days ago. They walked closer to the wounded stray devil. Izuku. You don't look so good, Lucci. Lucci. Don't mock me, Brad. If you're going to kill me, then get it over with. Izuku. Oh, you're going to die, but not by my hands. He then looks at his queen and pawn. Izuku. Ladies. Don't you wish to repay Rob Lucci for the time you spent with him as his captives? Isdeath then smiles sadistically. Isdeath. But of course we would. But are you sure you wouldn't want to help? Izuku. Oh no, he is all yours, ladies. Mizore's smiles matched her sister's as they gave Rob Lucci a look that sent a shiver down his spine. Alucard. If you look on that table to your left, there's a chainsaw, pliers, jumper cables, rusted knives, guns. Any weapon you wish to use to torture this guy is at your disposal, ladies. Mizore. Thank you, Alucard, we will be sure to use them. Izuku and Alucard made their way to the door, but Izuku spoke. Izuku. And after you've had your fun, feel free to kill him however you'd like. Isdeath. I think I'm gonna like being a devil. How about you, sis? Mizore. Oh yes, I'm already liking the idea of Isdeath. Both Izuku and Alucard leave the room, closing the door. Behind them, only to hear Rob Lucci's screams of pain coming from the door. At the airport, standing by a car with her driver and her father, was a black-haired beauty that went by the name Momo Yaoyorozu, who was with her parents waiting for someone. Momo's father. Aren't you excited to see your cousin after so long, Momo? Momo. Yes, I am a father. I can't wait to see how much she's changed. Momo, Mom. Oh, I can't wait either, dear. I can't wait to have her staying with us this time around. The family then see someone walk through the gate carrying her bags. Momo, Auntie Sarah, Uncle Hirashi. Hirashi is Momo's father, and Sarah is Momo's mom. Momo, Stella. Both girls run up to each other and embrace in a heartwarming hug. Momo, it's so good to see you. Stella, you too. I can't wait to see how much Japan has changed since I was last here. Hirashi, it is good to see you, Stella. Sarah, you have grown so much, dear. You are becoming a beautiful young woman. Stella, thank Auntie Sarah. The driver took Stella's bags and placed them in the trunk of the car as the family got inside the car and drove off. At an unknown location. What the hell do you mean Lucci is dead? This man is Sento Vermilion, current head of the Vermilion clan. Standing in front of him were three people, and around them stood 5 hitmen. I got info on the guy that took out Lucci and his team. The man brought out a photo of Izuku showing it to Sento. Random hitman RH1. Turns out the kid's name is Izuku Midoriya, former son of Pro Hero Magnetic. No one has seen him until his fight with Lucci, where he encountered Niatora and Vega. The kid obviously knows how to fight if he took them down. Sento. This is that same brat that ruined my plans for that 9-tailed fox beach in Kyoto. That brat is becoming a thorn in my side. He then looks to the 3 people in front of him. Sento. Now the reason I called you in here is because I have an issue I need you all to fix for me. Just tell us the job, boss, and we'll get it done. Sento. You see, my niece Stella has slipped from my grasp. Word is she has been living in Mustafa, Japan. I want you to go there, find her, and kill her. Not only her, I want you to bring me this brat Izuku. Bring him alive if you can. No problem, sir. We'll get it done. The 3 left the room as one of the guards spoke. Guard. Sir, are you sure you want to send those 3 after them for a job like this? Sento. Well, I would love to send Tsukun or Dabi to do it, but they are busy at the moment, and if I am going to remain head of this clan, then I need Stella dead. With her gone, I will officially have full control of the Vermilion clan. Guard. What about the boy Izuku? Sento. Please, that boy will be dead soon. I know they can get the job done despite being young. With Izuku. Izuku was currently walking with his death, and Mizore behind him with the 3 of them walking through a forest in Mustafa, Japan. Death. So what are we going to be doing out here? Izuku then held up a key. Izuku. Anubis told me I could use this to help me train. Just go to any area not around people and hold the key like I am putting it through a door. They come to a stop in an open field. Izuku. Okay, here goes. Holding out the key in front of them, as if a door was there, a gate appears in front of them. Death. Is this the gate? Izuku. Yeah, it is. Mizore. Wow. They walked through the gate, entering the dungeon. They made their way through what seemed like a demon's lair, as they come upon an open area. Death. Well, this does give off a dungeon-like vibe. Mizore. Hold on, I think I hear something. She was right, as growling can be heard all around them. Looking around. 10 red wolves came out growling at what they saw as their prey. Death. Oh, how cute little dogs came to greet us. Izuku. Chuckles, it seems like they came to play. What do you say, Death? Both girls smirk at seeing this and got ready to fight with Death, drawing her rapier, while Mizore created her a sword from ice. Mizore and Death. Let's go. All the wolves around them charged at the trio as Izuku drew a dagger, the Risaka Fong. Izuku dashed forward, slicing up 3 wolves that came at him with Death, moved, and cut up the 4 that came at his right. Mizore froze the floor, sliding, wielding her ice blade, and cut down every wolf that came at her. Several more wolves came out growling at them as the 3 smirked. Izuku. Well, it seems some more came out to play. He sends his dagger away and brings out his sword. Mizore raised her hands in the air and formed multiple ice spears and sends them at the army of wolves approaching, killing them instantly. Izuku channels black lightning through his body as he vanishes and appears with multiple wolves cut into pieces. Slamming her hand on the ground, Death created rising ice spears piercing through the red carnivores. 1 wolf came at her only to be kicked into the air by Izuku, who then appeared above the beast and slashed the monster all over and landed on the ground as blood rained. As it got on Izuku, seeing this, Death got a little turned on and bit her lip. Death. Thinking, oh, he's good. Looking around, all the wolves they encountered in this dungeon were killed. Mizore. I guess that's it. Izuku. Not quite. They then felt the increase in mana as something was approaching. Death. What is this? Izuku then looked forward and saw the hulking monster walking up to them. Alpha Wolf Red Fong Dungeon Boss. Mizore. Well, that's one big dog. Izuku. Yes, he is. The magic power coming from him is insane. Death. You're not getting scared, are you, my king? If you are, then you can always let me and Mizore handle this. Izuku. Smirks. Now, why would I do that? A king is no king if he just sits on the throne while his allies are on the field of battle fighting for him. We fight together. Are you with me? Death. Smirks. I'll follow you anywhere, beloved. Mizore. Spoken like a true hero. Izuku. Oh no, Mizore, we are no heroes, we are. His eyes glow bright blue as he looks at the beast in front of them. Izuku. Hunters. Stella and Momo Kyoshi Ward shopping mall present time. Stella, I completely forgot how big this mall is. Thanks for coming shopping with me, Momo. Momo, it's no problem at all, Stella. We are family. After all, I can't remember the last time we spent some time together. Stella, yes, sorry about that. Momo, oh, there's nothing to apologize for. So, do you still practice kendo? I know you were really great at it growing up. Stella, hell, well, yeah, I did still practice. I got exceptionally good too until. Momo, until what? Stella, well, I ran into someone who was just that much better than me. Momo, wait, so someone was actually able to beat you? Who? Stella, he went to Alder Junior High when I was there last year. I could never get his name right when we met. He had green hair, green eyes, and had a beautiful necklace around his neck and a few freckles on his face. His name was Izuku, but I always called him Iki, which irritated him. Momo, and did you stop calling him if you knew it irritated him? Stella, heck no, I did that so I could get a reaction out of him. He was the first boy to actually beat me in kendo. I remember it like it was yesterday. Flashback. Izuku stood across from Stella Vermilion, who was sizing up Izuku, who was holding his kendo stick on his shoulder looking at her, as if he was not interested in the sparring match, which frustrated Stella, though she didn't show it. Stella, thinking it's as if he doesn't even care about the spar. Oh well, I will just take him down a few begs, just like I do everyone I have faced. Ref. Okay, you two, first person to knock the other's weapon out of their hand is the winner, got it? They nod. Ref. Now this is just a spar, so no trying to injure the other, okay? They nod once more. Ref. Okay, begin. They both get in their stances, Stella checking to see if Izuku had any openings in his stance, but that was cut off when Izuku rushed towards her, moving at incredible speed that almost caught her off guard as they clashed kendo sticks. Stella, you're fast, but that won't help you against me. She then broke the stalemate and began to strike at him, with Izuku parrying her strikes with ease, as he then jabbed her in her midsection with his kendo stick, sending her back a bit. Stella, he hit me? Random boy RB1. No way, he actually got a hit on Stella? RB2. That was probably just luck. A quirkless loser like him can't really beat Stella Vermilion. Steering her nerves, Stella got back into the fray and rushed at the green-haired boy, who was ready for her, as they clashed sticks once again. This time, she went on the assault, going for many strikes at the green-haired boy, who kept blocking her and parrying each of her attacks, with them soon clashing once more. The two then jumped back from each other. Stella was panting a bit, but Izuku showed no fatigue whatsoever. Stella, thinking he's not even the least bit exhausted? That's at first, he doesn't even take this seriously, and now he's looking at me as if I am beneath him. I am so taking him down. Without hesitation, she immediately rushes at Izuku, who narrowed his eyes. Stella went for a thrust to his abdomen, but to the shock of everyone around them, Izuku hit Stella's kendo stick out of her hand. Everyone watching was surprised, but none more than Stella herself, as she was wide-eyed. This was the first time she had ever lost in kendo. Her, the red-haired genius, the desire of many boys at Aldera, lost to Izuku. Looking at the said boy, he looked at her and spoke. Izuku, I win. Resting his kendo stick on his shoulder, he turns and walks away, leaving Stella in disbelief. Ref. The winner is Izuku Yagi. Flashback over. Stella. I was so surprised when I lost, it took me a while to register what happened. Momo. You must have been devastated? Stella. More like annoyed at the fact I had lost, so annoyed that I wanted to challenge him again, but when I asked the instructor for a spar, they said Izuku was off the kendo team. Momo. Really? Wasn't he supposed to be one of the best on your team? Stella. That's what bugs me. He was so good, and he never really bothered anybody. I mean, I saw people try to bully him before, but he always beat the hell out of them, so it was always justified on his part. I never really got the rematch I wanted from him. Every time I tried to ask him, he told me no. What really got to me about him is that he always had this cold look in his eyes. It made me want to know him more, because he was so mysterious. Momo. If I didn't know any better, I would say you had a crush on this Izuku? Hearing this, the redhead's face lit up in a blush. Stella. Don't be ridiculous, Momo. There is no way I could like him, of all people. Heck, he wouldn't even give me my rematch after I had lost. Momo. Are you sure it's the rematch you want, or is it him? Stella. Blush. Momo, cut it out. Momo giggles at her cousin's actions as they continue to walk around the mall. Momo. Okay, I'll stop for now, that is. Stella. Size, I swear I can't with you. Stella. Even though I haven't seen him in over a year, I wonder what he is doing right now. Izuku Mizore and his death right now. The three were surrounded by an army of wolves, and the dungeon boss Red Fong, who snarled seeing them. Izuku smirked, not knowing if it was the dragon and devil blood flowing through him or not, but he was ready for the challenge. Red Fong howled to the sky. By doing this, 60 wolves came into view, all growling at the trio. Flashback. Izuku is standing in front of Anubis, wanting to know how his powers would work. Izuku. So, I can now summon all these shadow soldiers? Anubis. Yes, they are yours to command, but beware of the amount of mana you use because summoning so many can drain you, but that is nothing training can't handle. Izuku. So, if I want to summon the shadow soldiers, is there some sort of command I use to bring them forth? Anubis smirked at his host and said, Anubis, there is only one command you can say to bring them out and fight for you. Flashback over. Izuku. Arise. When the words left his mouth, his shadow began to spread like a black lake was around him. Rising from his shadows were Baru and Igris, and other knight soldiers. Around 10 of them were now kneeling in front of Izuku. Mizore. Whoa, incredible. Isdef. He summoned soldiers. How on earth can he do this? Just how much power do you have? Igris, kneeling in front of Izuku, spoke. Igris. My liege. How may we serve you? Izuku. Igris and Baru of the generals of the Shadow Army. I want you and the rest of the knights to take out the wolves surrounding the big one, but do not take out the big guy. Leave him to me and my group. Igris. Understand, it shall be done. Baru. We will slaughter your enemies, my liege, and leave nothing left of them. He brings forth his long sword and readies himself for battle. Isdef. Oh, Izuku, I am finding you more interesting as the days go by. I am so glad to be a part of your peerage. Mizore. I agree, sister. Our king is truly one of a kind. Izuku. Calm yourselves, ladies. We can sweet talk after we take down these mutts. Let's go. The shadow soldiers went to work as Igris was cutting through the wolves in his king's path, as Izuku headed straight for Red Fong, whose arms had a dark orange aura surrounding them as he charged the young hybrid. Closing in on one another, Izuku and Red Fong clash fist, causing a huge shockwave that cracked the ground beneath them, with it soon breaking. Red Fong connects with a punch to Izuku's jaw, but to his shock the green-haired boy smirked, tanking the punch his death, then appeared delivering a kick to the boss of the dungeon's face, sending it back a bit, with the kick looking as if it did little to no damage. The beast soon found its feet encased in ice thanks to Mizore, who then created ice spears above the alpha wolf, with the ice spears soon coming down to impale the wolf demon. Red Fong let out a powerful roar, blowing away the ice spears, and Izuku and Mizore along with his death, as the beast had power pouring out of it. His death. Oh, well, not everything we do is going to be easy. That just makes it more fun. Izuku's right hand gets enveloped in darkness and holds it out at Red Fong, with it pulling the beast towards him. The beast, however, plants its feet in the ground, stopping its sudden advance. It soon put its hands together and formed a giant fist of dark orange magic, and sends it at the green-haired boy, who still held out his hand, with the giant spectral fist connecting with his hand, as Izuku tried his hardest to absorb the attack, but failed, and the end result is him being sent flying. Isdef and Mizore. Izuku. Izuku then brought out his balance breaker wings, stopping his momentum, but suddenly Red Fong appeared above him, and then axe handled the boy on the ground with a boom. Baru. My liege. A pillar of darkness then shot from where Izuku was, as he was now in his balance breaker. Izuku. I see now you use beast magic. Your fighting style is like that of a wild beast, impressive, but I will not lose today. Landing on the ground, Fong roars at the boy, now clad in his black and red armor, as they charge each other once more. This time Izuku was that much faster, and delivered a ferocious punch to the jaw of the beast, and then landed an uppercut to its chin, with it soon going airborne, and waiting for it in the air was none other than Isdef, who with a snap of her fingers summoned a meteor of ice. The meteor hits its target, sending Red Fong to the ground with a boom. Izuku then flew up and channeled dark flames in his hands, and raised his hands high in the air, creating a flaming dark arrow. Izuku. Endgame. Launching the arrow down at the meteor, the arrow hits dead on, with an explosion soon following. With this death, Mizore and Izuku shielding themselves from the explosion, watching with anticipation of their target's demise. They didn't have to wait long. As soon as the smoke cleared, Red Fang was standing, but barely bleeding all around, looking to be on its last legs. The two devils made their descent to the ground, standing beside Mizora as Igris Baru and the 10 shadow soldiers with them were by their king's side. Igris, my king, the wolves have been disposed of. Are you sure you do not wish us to assist you with this beast here? Izuku, I am positive. Igris, you all are dismissed. I thank you all for your service. Igris, your words honor us, my liege. Farewell, and good luck. Baru, we look forward to the day you summon us again. They all sink back into Izuku's shadow. Izuku, girls, let's end this. Red Fang let out a roar as he unleashed his mighty aura, but his death Mizora and Izuku unleashed their own respective auras, with them soon charging the beast, who came at them with incredible speed, with the trio engaging the beast in combat. Izuku catches both of the beast's fists and his armor speaks. Izuku, divide. He absorbs the magic power of the beast, making it growl in anger, but was kicked away by his death. The beast was then hitting the ground like a skipping stone. When it stopped, the beast groggily got back to its feet, but the ground beneath it was frozen by Mizora, who summoned ice spikes, impaling the beast through its legs. The monster's scream echoed throughout the dungeon. Isdeath, stop your whining, beast, and be impaled further. The wolf was further stabbed by multiple ice blades. Izuku then appeared in front of the monster with his fist reared back, about to deliver the final blow. Flashback. Izuku, so this technique you wanted to show me, is it that domain expansion you told me about the other day, Megumi-sensei? Megumi, no, not that you're not ready to use domain expansion just yet. With a little more training, maybe, but no, this technique is very unique and not a lot of people can use it. Back when I was a human, there were those who could use this technique. It amplifies the user's physical strike. Usually it took cursed energy to use this technique, but with your magic power, I do believe you can do it. To perform it, you must apply your magic within 1/1,000,000th of a second. Izuku, it sounds hard to pull off. What is the technique called? Megumi, it's called Flashback. Over. Izuku, Black Flash. Red Fang was sent flying through multiple boulders with that strike, as it was now embedded in a wall, with the life soon fading from its eyes. The beast's body then exploded, leaving nothing left. Objective: defeat Red Fang complete. Objective: kill all the wolves in the dungeon. You leveled up. You leveled up. You leveled up. Izuku, am I the only one seeing the screen in front of us? Mizora, no, we are seeing it just like you are. Isdeath, what does it mean? Izuku, I think Anubis Ko. He then dropped to one knee, getting Isdeath and Mizora to worry. Isdeath, Izuku, Mizora, are you okay? Izuku, I am fine. Using my balance breaker, the Shadow Army and those big attacks take a toll on me. I just need some rest. Isdeath, okay, then why don't we go home? Mizora, yeah, let's go. Raising the key, he uses it, and a gate appears with the three soon walking through it. In the underworld, Ajuka Beelzebub, creator of the evil piece system, was watching something unusual happen. He was checking on the evil pieces of Izuku, as the pieces he gave them all turned black and changed. Ajuka, this has never happened before. I may need to speak with Izuku about this. Right now in Ajuka Beelzebub's office was none other than Surzex Lucifer, and Hai, as the green-haired Devil King told them about what he witnessed with Izuku's peerage pieces. Hai, this is strange indeed. Surzex, look at them closely. You can see three pieces glowing with blue energy surrounding it, especially the queen and the pawn piece. Ajuka, I have had many theories and hypotheses I have tested on this, but nothing comes to mind on what this could possibly mean. Hai, maybe get in touch with Izuku and see if he knows anything. Izuku, right now Izuku was drying off his hair. As he just came out from the shower, he got dressed in a black muscle shirt and black sweatpants as a magic circle appeared by his ear. Hi, Izuku. Izuku, Dad? Hi. Did I call at a bad time? Izuku, no, I just got out of the shower and got dressed up. Is everything all right? Hi. I need you to come to Beelzebub's office and bring your peerage members. Izuku, okay, but can I ask why? Hi. Nothing is wrong. Something just came up, and we are hoping that you could help us figure it out. Izuku, okay. We are on our way. Hi. Okay. He ended the call and went to Isdethe's room, knocking on her door. Isdeth opens the door to see Izuku there, which made the blue-haired girl smirk. Izuku, what can I do for you, dear? Izuku, I need you and Mizore to come with me. Isdeth, really? My sister could join us. I don't mind having it like that, but this is quite bold of you. I'm a bit surprised, but I like it. Izuku. Oh, ////. Oh, wait, what? No, I need you both to come with me to the underworld to meet my dad. The blush on his face was visible as Isdeth dropped her playful demeanor and got serious. Isdeth, is something wrong? Izuku. No, my dad said he will explain everything when we get there. Isdeth. Okay, let's go. They both go and get Mizore as the girl opened the door wearing only a towel with Izuku going wide-eyed and AKS. Izuku. Mizore, sorry, did you just get out of the shower? Mizore. Yes, I did. Is that what you wanted to ask me, or did you come here for something else? Hearing the sultriness in her tone, Izuku sighed and closed his eyes. Izuku. Sorry, but can you get dressed? We need to go and meet my dad. Mizore. And here I thought you were finally giving in to your desires and was going to take me. Isdeth. Oh no, little sister, when he gives into his lust for us, I am going to be the one he takes first. Izuku. Thinking, why are both my pawn and queen so anxious to get me to sleep with them? Izuku. We will wait for you to get dressed out here. Mizore. Okay. Closing the door, they patiently wait for her. After a few minutes, she comes out fully dressed with Izuku creating a teleportation circle. This is Izuku's teleportation circle for his family. They then teleport out of their hotel. A magic circle appears in Izuku's office, and from it comes Izuku followed by Isdeth and Mizore. When the circle disappears, all three of them bow before the Devil Kings in the room, showing respect. Izuku. Greetings, Beelzebub-sama. Lucifer-sama father. Izuku. Hello, Izuku, you can rise. I take it this is your peerage? Izuku. Yes, this is my queen Isdeth and my pawn, Mizore Shirayuki. Mizore. A pleasure to meet you, Beelzebub-sama, Lucifer-sama, and Asmodeus-sama. Isdeth. We are honored to be in your presence. Surzex. Please, the honor is ours, Isdeth. Mizore, a pleasure to meet you. I sense a great deal of power from the both of you. Izuku. If I may ask, what business do you all wish to discuss with us? Izuku motions for them to follow him as he leads them to his office. Going inside his office, they saw many things that interested them. As Izuku was amazed at the creations of the Devil King, they then approach a table where Izuku saw was labeled Izuku's peerage. Izuku. As you can see, your pieces were red like everyone else, but suddenly they turned black as night, and they have had this strange blue glow around them, especially around the queen and pawn piece, which are Isdeth and Mizore here. Wanted to find out the source behind this and understand it, I have run some tests, but none of them gave me the answers I was searching for. Izuku. So, is there something wrong with my pieces? Hi, no, in fact the opposite. Your peerage pieces are evolving. Izuku. They are not mutating, they're growing stronger. For some reason this has never happened. Usually pieces evolve into mutated pieces, but yours has this glow around them. Tell me, is there something you and peerage has done recently? Izuku. We went into this dungeon Anubis told us about. We went inside and defeated the boss of the dungeon. Isdeth. Although there was this screen that popped up in front of all of us, saying we completed the objectives we had. Hi. Dungeon? Izuku. Yeah. He brings out a key, showing it to the Devil Kings. This key leads us to a dungeon that we have to conquer. Anubis said this was what he went through during his era. Izuku. Okay, but what about your evil pieces? Anubis. I believe I can explain that, Izuku. Anubis spoke out loud for everyone to hear. Izuku. You can Anubis? Anubis. Yes, you see, the evil pieces are connected to the kings that claim them, right? Izuku. That is right. That is how they are designed, depending on the king. Anubis. Well, seeing as how Izuku is my host and my power during the time I was alive has now passed on to him. It is the same as back then. Hi. What do you mean, Anubis? Anubis. Before I became Anubis, I went by the name Sung Jinwoo. Surzek's eyes went wide. So did Hai, and Izuku was faring no better. Izuku. Sung Jinwoo, the legendary hunter himself? Surzex. The man who was once known as the weakest hunter became the strongest human to exist, so strong that many devils were afraid of him. Hi. There is just no way. Anubis. Yes, though that was my name, many things happened to me so that I would change it to Anubis, but that's a story for another time. You see, Izuku's evil pieces are connected to him, like my shadow soldiers are. When I leveled up, so did my shadow soldiers, and the same is happening with Izuku's peerage. Izuku went wide-eyed, knowing where his sacred gear was getting at. Izuku. So you mean, Anubis. Not only do you level up with every battle, but your peerage does as well. Istef. So wait, when we go into dungeons and complete it, we get stronger? Anubis. Yes, but not just dungeons. Any battle you go into, when the system shows your quest and you complete it, you level up. The amount of opponents you defeat doesn't matter. As long as the system allows it, you will level up. Izuku was stunned at the new information. Ajuka. So not only do they get stronger with each battle, but anyone who joins Izuku's peerage will get stronger as well. Surzex. This is unheard of. Never in the underworld has something like this ever happened. Hai looks at his son as a proud smile came to his face. Hai. Thinking my son was chosen by Anubis, the strongest dragon god of his era. Not only that, but with every battle and quest he will only get stronger, and he will even surpass me. His smile turned into a smirk. Hai. Thinking that's my boy. Ajuka. Amazingly, this is truly an untold phenomenon we are witnessing. The way he grows stronger, it would almost be unfair for anyone to face him in a raiding game. Hi. Well, we now have that situation under control. What now? Surzex. I can see why you kept Izuku's power sealed when he was a kid. Hi. Izuku, do you perhaps wish to be a devil king in the future? Izuku. A devil king? Nah, that's not me. Surzex. Really? Izuku. Yeah, I have a goal of my own now, and being a devil king, isn't it? Surzex. I see. Well then, now that things are settled, you and your peerage are dismissed. Izuku. Thank you, Lucifer-sama. A magic circle appears below them, and they teleport away. Ajuka. Hi, I can only imagine how proud you are of your son. Tell me though, why didn't you make him the heir to your house? Hi. That was all his choice. Izuku doesn't do the spotlight thing, which is why he didn't wish to be made my heir. Believe me, I tried to talk him into it, but he doesn't. He believes being an heir to a clan comes with too much responsibility. Not only that, but he would rather Enja be the heir over him. Surzex. I see. It's no wonder Rias wanted to see if he could help her get out of her engagement. Hi. How is that going, by the way? Surzex. Bad. Rias is still trying to get out of it. I am trying whatever I can, but my hands are tied. Hi. Don't worry, I am sure you will figure something out while I am off. A magic circle appears below Hai, teleporting him out of the office. The next day, with Izuku. Izuku was walking around Mustafa, Japan, his old hometown, showing both his death and Mizore, his former home. Right now, they are currently handing out flyers to get them a contract with humans. It's death. So these humans use this to summon us and we fulfill their desires and they make a contract with us? Izuku. Yes, that is how my dad explained it to me. Do not worry, you don't have to do anything adult with them if you do not wish to. It's death. Thank you, because the only one I want to do anything inappropriate with is you, beloved. While walking, Izuku notices they were passing by a destroyed building that had "do not cross" tape around it. Mizore, what did this used to be? Izuku stared at the destroyed building and answered his pawn's question. Izuku, this used to be Alder Junior High, my old school, before it was destroyed. By me? It's death. You did this? Izuku. Yeah, when I was here, it was the last day of my first year. It was hell for me. I had gotten into a fight with everyone here, and the sad thing is it wasn't my fault. People here tried to pick on me because I was quirkless, or they believed I was quirkless. My power was sealed away to protect me. As you know, many in the three factions would have been after me if they knew about Anubis being inside of me. It's death. Yes, judging by your power, I would say it was for the best. To imagine if some sick people got their hands on you and treated you as if you're some horrible experiment. Mizore, I don't even want to imagine that. Izuku, neither do I, Mizore. On the last day, my former sister and her friends decided to try and jump me, but I was kicking there, but so they decided since they couldn't beat me while they outnumbered me, they decided to use their quirks and gain an advantage. Izumi then took the tear stone necklace and stepped on it in front of me. The only thing I had that I thought connected me to my father, who I did not know at the time, was destroyed, and that triggered me losing control. Its death, it's a good thing it's destroyed, because if it was still standing, I would have destroyed it myself. Mizore. So, Izuku, you said the other day you had a goal? What is it? Its death. Yes, I was curious about that as well. Izuku. My goal after talking with Anubis is finding out everything in his era, how things were then where hunters were around instead of heroes. Heroes are okay, and you have some great heroes. Don't get me wrong, but there are no doubt some bad ones here, and the heroes are far too restricted and controlled. I want to create my very own guild, not just any guild, but a guild that can do the dirty work the heroes are afraid to do to take down the monsters in human skin. Deliver true justice to those that deserve it. Its death. Establishing your own guild where you don't have to play by anyone's rules, but your own, while taking down the evil in this world. I like it. Mizore. I am definitely in, but what would you call it? Izuku. I am still thinking about the name, but I will create my very own guild, not just to protect in the shadows, but to maintain order, not just here, but in the underworld as well. I may not want to be Devil King, but I want to make the underworld peaceful, so that when my little sister finally take the throne, she will rule in an era of peace, and her big brother will be right there protecting her from the shadows. Both girls smile at the ambitions of their king, but they then hear a voice. Ikki. Hearing that, Izuku's eyebrow twitched, knowing the only person to ever call him. He turned around to see Stella with Momo beside her. Izuku. Oh, it's you. That troublesome red-headed girl. Stella. Excuse me? I don't see you for a whole year, and that's what you call me? Izuku. Well, that's what you are. The troublesome red-headed girl who always asked me to give her a rematch. Stella. I see you haven't changed much, broccoli boy. Izuku tomato face. Stella. What? Izuku. Sighs, as much as I would love to go back and forth with you, I am busy. So, what do you want? Stella. I was just passing by and figured I'd say hello. I was being nice even though you're being rude. Izuku. You're the one who won't call me by name, and I'm the rude one? Yeah, nice try, tomato face. This made Stella's face go red with anger and was about to respond until Momo cut her off. Momo. So you're the Izuku Stella told me about? Izuku then looks at Momo. Izuku. Who are you? Momo. Sorry, my name is Momo Yaoyorozu. I am Stella's cousin. It's nice to meet you, Izuku. Izuku. Good manners, and you got my name right. Are you sure you're her cousin? Stella. And just what is that supposed to mean? She glaring at Izuku, who didn't look the least bit afraid. Momo. We were just walking around when Stella was away and wanted to see her old school, and we just happened to run into you. Izuku. I see, well, we have to go, so. Stella. Wait. What happened to our old school? Izuku. Oh, you didn't know a villain destroyed the school, which is why they shut it down. Stella. A villain attack? Momo. My goodness. Izuku. Yeah, good thing the heroes got here in time to take him down before he killed any students. Some teachers died as well. It's death, and Mizore looked at Izuku knowing he was Izuku. They decided it was best to shut it down. Stella. I see, well, that's too bad, but since I have you here, how about you finally give me my rematch? Izuku. Somehow I knew you were going to ask that. I can't right now, like I said, I am very busy at the moment here. He hands them both a flyer with his magic symbol on it. Izuku. You can use those and have your wishes granted. Now I have to go. It was a pleasure meeting you, Momo. Stella, I suppose it was. Nice seeing you again. Take care. He walks off, followed by Isdeath and Mizore. Isdeath. Whisper Izuku, why didn't you tell her the truth of what happened to your old school? Izuku. Doing that would cause too many problems. Besides, I don't know if I can trust Stella or her cousin to tell them about me. Mizore. You seem to know that red-headed girl. Who is she? Izuku. Her name is Stella Vermilion. She was a first year at my school, like I was. Me and her were on the same kendo team, but I got kicked off the team. Isdeath. I see, and why is she so insistent on getting a rematch with you? Izuku. Because I beat her one time in a sparring match, and she has been on me ever since then, even when I got kicked off the team. Isdeath. Seems to me she does not take losing well. With Stella and Momo. Stella and Momo were at Dagoba Municipal Beach. As Stella held the flyer in her hand, Momo was a little nervous about this. Momo. Are you sure this will work? Stella. I don't know, I have never done this before, smirks, but I can finally get my rematch with Ikki. Momo. Are you sure you don't have a crush on him, Stella? Stella nearly fell over hearing that as her face was as red as her hair. Stella, Momo, I don't like that green-haired idiot, cut it out. Momo, okay, but I can see why you like him. He is very cute, and those green eyes of his are so enticing. Stella blushed hearing this as she started fantasizing about her, and Izuku, she quickly shook those thoughts away. Stella, yeah, back to what we're doing, okay, here goes nothing. She closes her eyes and speaks. Stella, please grant my wish, let me see Izuku. Opening her eyes, a magic circle appeared in front of them. With Izuku. Izuku. HM, would you look at that, seems I have been summoned. Is death. Really? Izuku, yeah. Mizore. Want us to come with you? Izuku. No, I will be fine, besides I have a pretty strong feeling I know who this is. Standing up, a magic circle appeared under him, teleporting him to the summoner's location. Izuku then appeared from the magic circle, with Stella Din Momo's eyes widening upon seeing him. Izuku. I knew it had to be you. Stella. Well, it worked, Momo. Momo. Yes, I see. Izuku. Okay, so you summoned me. What is it you want? Stella. Okay, I have a question for you. Are you really a devil? Izuku. Yeah, well, technically I am a hybrid half-devil, half-dragon. Momo. Wait, devil as in the supernatural devils, angels, and fallen angels? Izuku. How do you know about that? Momo. I read a lot about mythologies and the supernatural, and my parents are believers of it as well. Izuku. I see, well, now you know, so is that all you wanted? Stella. No, not quite, I have another question for you, Iki. Izuku. Would it kill you to get my name right just once? Stella. Smirks, I want to fight you not in kendo with real swords. Izuku. You want to face me in a sword fight? Stella. Yes, I do. Ever since you beat me in that spar, I have not gotten over it. The look in your eyes were cold and uncaring, yet you bested me. I could not get over that I even saw you as a rival in swordsmanship, but you never accepted my challenge for a rematch. Izuku. That's because there were a lot of things on my mind at the time. You really want this rematch, and you won't take no for an answer. So I'll give you your rematch. I actually want to see if you have improved or not. Izuku then brought his hand out as a sheathed sword appeared in front of him. Stella then brought forth her sword as flames swirled around with it, soon dying down, revealing her blade. Izuku narrowed his eyes at the blade as he recognized it. Izuku. Levitanin, the sword with the spirit of a phoenix in it. To think you had a sacred gear like that. Stella. I'm surprised you know about my sword. It won't help you, though, when I defeat you. Izuku unsheathes his sword. Izuku. Cocky, aren't you? Stella. Not cockiness, confidence. They both get in their stances as Momo watched this while taking a step back, interested in seeing their battle. Without hesitation, they both moved off with incredible speed and began clashing blades, causing a shockwave, moving their swords at lightning speeds. They try to overpower one another only to see they weren't giving the other an edge. They then jump back from each other, sizing one another up. Stella. Thinking he hasn't let his skills slack, not in the slightest. In fact, I think he is stronger than the last time we faced off. Izuku. Thinking she has improved. I wonder how good she is when she is going all out. They both charged at each other and began their battle of blades, once more sparks flying from each clash of the metallic weapons they wield as they dodged and danced around each other, avoiding strikes. Stella was smiling, as was Izuku, fighting to their heart's content. This is what Stella wanted, the perfect opponent, and Izuku was feeling the same. Stella. Be honest, you're holding back, aren't you? Izuku. How did you guess? Stella. I am no fool. I have been training with Levitanin since I was 6, and she has told me you have a sacred gear as well. Izuku. Guess the jig is up then, so are we taking off the gloves? Stella. You get serious and so will I. Izuku. Very well. Black flames surround Izuku's sword as Stella ignites her blade. Izuku. Now let's. Mind if we cut in? Hearing those voices made them all look to see Shogo Kurara and Kyoya walking up to them. Shogo then notices Izuku and smirks. Shogo. Well, seems like we get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Broccoli Boy is here too. Kurara. Good, I can't wait to make him pay for what he did to me. Izuku looks at the 3 newcomers as Stella speaks. Stella. Who are you? Kyoya. We work for your Uncle Seno, and he gave us a job to do. Stella's eyes widen. Stella. My uncle? Shogo. Yeah, and plus we get to kill that broccoli monster over their points at Izuku. I can't wait to beat the ever-living hell out of you. I haven't forgotten what you did to me, idiot. Kurara. Yeah, I'm going to get payback on you as well for what you did to me. Izuku narrowed his eyes at the two and spoke. Izuku, who the hell are you two? This made the two teens gain a look of surprise, which then turned to anger. Shogo. You monster, what do you mean? Who the hell we are? You know well who we are, and what you did to us. Strella looked at Izuku and asked, Stella, do you really not know them because it seems they know you? Momo. Yes, and they seem very ticked off at you for some reason. Izuku. Flashback 1 year ago. Izuku was sitting with Ochako Kirishima and Jiro talking while a 12-year-old Kurara was with her friends and had something in her hands. Random girl RG1. So you ready to do this, Kurara? Kurara smiled evilly while she held an expired carton of milk in her hand, ready to play a prank on Izuku with her two friends. RG2. I'm not sure about this. What if he gets mad? Kurara, please, as if even if he does get mad, what he's going to do? Hit a girl? I doubt it. Come on, let's go. Ochako. Izuku. Did you go to class last period? Izuku. No, why? Ochako. Really? Honestly, do you even care about passing? Izuku. I do. Hell. I am the smartest in the class, but the teachers sabotage my grades because they don't like the quirkless boy outshining the others who have quirks. Kirishima. Man, that is messed up, bro. It really is. Kurara and her two friends walked up to their table. As they were talking, not noticing their presence, Izuku and his friends did not know they were there. As Kurara pinned the cartoon of milk and poured it on Izuku's head, seeing this, Kirishima and Ochako and Jiro got up as some got on Ochako and Kirishima, but it mostly got on Izuku, whose hair was shadowing his eyes. Kurara. Whoops, hey, Izuku got milk. She then laughs along with her friends as the entire cafeteria that saw this was laughing. They continued to laugh as Izuku then got up and turned fully towards Kurara, who was still laughing at him. Kurara. Oh my god, that was so worth it. You should see the look on your... She was silenced by Izuku's fist hitting her with all the hatred in it as her jaw shattered, and she was sent flying across the cafeteria and hit the wall on the other side. Seeing this, all the kids that were laughing stopped and saw the look of anger in Izuku's eyes, with him turning his attention to the girls who were with her. Izuku, you're next. Flashback over. Izuku. Oh, I remember now, you're that stupid little twerp that played that prank on me. Kurara. Yeah, and you broke my jaw, idiot. It took months for me to eat solid food again. Stella. Looking at Izuku, you broke her jaw? Izuku. Yeah, what was I supposed to let her get away with pouring spoiled milk on me? One thing I learned from my uncle Yusuke is rather it's a boy, girl, or adult grown woman, it doesn't matter if they do something to you, knock them out. Shogo. Yeah, and that girl you hurt was my girlfriend, idiot. Izuku. Oh, I remember now, you came looking for me a week after I knocked her out, and I kicked her, but because you pissed me off. Shogo. You brat, I won't ever forget what you did to me. Flashback 2. Izuku was with Kirishima as they were walking around the park. Kirishima. So they suspended you an entire week? Izuku. Yep, just like they always do. Take everyone else's word over my own. It's nothing though. Hey. Izuku and Kirishima turn around to see Shogo walking up to them as Kurara was wearing jaw braces. Shogo. You're Izuku, right? Izuku. Yeah, and you are? Shogo. The name Shogo, you broke my girlfriend's jaw, and now I'm gonna break your bones. He cracked his knuckles, but Izuku didn't look scared in the slightest. Izuku. Oh, so she's your girlfriend? Well, how about this? Tell your girl not to pour spoiled milk on people, and she wouldn't get her jaw broken. Shogo got angrier hearing that. Shogo. You want to repeat that, brat? Izuku. What can you not hear? Keep her on her leash, and we won't have these problems. Did you hear that? Shogo, not wanting to take any more, rushed at Izuku with full intent to hurt the green-haired boy. As he threw a barrage of punches at Izuku, who easily dodged them all with little effort, suddenly Izuku then leaped into the air and delivered a hard kick to Shogo's jaw, sending him flying into a nearby tree. Izuku did not stop there as he rushed at Shogo and caught the teen with a ferocious punch to the gut. As he then let off a barrage of punches of his own, with each one connecting, he then finished his assault with a punch to the jaw, sending him skidding on the ground. Izuku then walked up to the downed teen and stomped his head in the ground. Izuku. Next time keep your girl in line, because I won't be so merciful if she pulls another stupid stunt. Removing his foot from his head, Izuku walked off with Kirishima running behind him to catch up. Flashback 2 over. Izuku. Oh, now I remember. So what did you come back for another but kicking? Shogo. Go and act tough while you still can. The team then rushed at Izuku, who was prepared to meet him head-on until Karara. Don't move. Suddenly, yellow energy surrounded Izuku as he was frozen in place, unable to move. Izuku. What the? Izuku was met with a punch to his jaw, sending him into a nearby pile of trash. Stella. Icky. She was about to help him until she blocked a sword strike from Kyoya. Kyoya. No, I will be your opponent. Shogo laughs and smiles sadistically at Izuku being knocked down by his attack. Shogo. Not so cocky now, are you, punk? Izuku stood up and cracked his neck and looked at Shogo with a bored look. Izuku. That attack actually stung a bit, but it's time to show you just who you're dealing with. A pillar of darkness comes from Izuku, who smirked as his eyes glowed blue, with magic pulsating from them. Izuku. Black vortex. Holding out his hand as darkness swirls around it pulsed Shogo towards him at incredible speed. Karara. Oh no, you don't, STO. Suddenly, nesting dolls were thrown in her direction as they were flash bombs in disguise. As they exploded, blinding her thanks to the distraction, she was then hit in the gut with a bow staff courtesy of Momo, who stood in front of her blocking her path. Momo, I won't let you harm them. Shogo came close to Izuku, only to receive a punch to his jaw. Before he flew away, Izuku grabbed his wrist, holding him in place. Shogo. Curse you! Shogo tried to channel his magic, but it didn't work. Shogo, what the? A knee to his guts silenced him. Izuku. What's wrong not winning as easily as you thought you were? Channeling dark flames to his right fist while holding Shogo's wrist with his right, he punched him in the jaw, sending him flying back as he landed on the ground. Momo was holding her own against Karara as she kept the girl dodging her strikes with her bow staff and landed a few hits. However, Izuku appeared behind the girl and chopped her in the back of her neck, knocking her out. Izuku looks at Momo, did quite well against her. Momo blushed a bit hearing his praise. Momo, thank you, I couldn't just stand by and watch you and Stella do all the... Stella. GH. They then saw Stella drop to her knees, holding her side in pain, while Kyoya stood above her ready to deliver the final blow. Kyoya, this is the end, Stella. Before he could swing her blade down the arm, holding the blade was cut off at the elbow. Kyoya. GHHH. What the hell? Izuku was standing behind him, holding his severed arm up. Izuku. Sorry, but I can't let you kill her. Suddenly, Kyoya couldn't move. Kyoya. What is this? I can't move my body. Paralysis has activated. Using Risaka's dagger, Izuku cut off Kyoya's right arm, also paralyzing him, keeping him from moving. Izuku. Now there are some things I need to ask you. It will be in your best interest to cooperate. At that moment, blue flames were blasted at Izuku, engulfing him completely. Momo. Izuku. She was grabbed by the throat and lifted in the air by someone as Shogo and Kyoya were shocked seeing who it was. Shogo. Tsuken Dabi. Tsuken. Man, you three are so pathetic you can't even take care of a devil and two humans? Shogo. Why are you here? Dabi. Change of plans. The boss wants Stella back alive. He has plans for her. Izuku comes from the flames, unharmed, glaring at Dabi and Tsuken. Tsuken. That will be as far as you go. Take another step, and I'll kill this girl. He tightens his grip on Momo's neck, making it harder to breathe. Dabi had his hands on Stella's neck. Dabi. We only want Stella, so choose carefully, brat, or do you not care about their lives at all? Tsuken looks over towards Shogo and Kyoya. Tsuken. Hey, you weaklings, get yourself in gear, and come on. Needing not to be told twice, they immediately came to their side as Kyoya had only one arm on. Shogo was now smirking at Izuku, who was in a hostage situation. Stella. Izuku. The green-haired boy turned his attention to Stella, who was eyeing him, a sad smile. Stella. It's okay, there is no need to fight anymore. She then looks at Dabi and Tsuken. Stella. I'll come with you, just let my cousin go. Momo. Stella. Tsuken, deal. He then threw Momo over to Izuku, who caught her in his arms. Dabi. Good now, we shamble. Ice spears. The barrage of ice attacks came at the group, who jumped back, avoiding the attacks, as Isdeath and Mizor finally arrived. Izuku. You two are here. It's death. Yes, we felt your magic spike and rushed over. Though from what we can see you had things under control until someone new showed up. She drew her sword while Mazor made her a sword of ice. Both sisters now ready to help their king. Dabi. Sometime today, Tsuken. Tsuken. Right. He brings out a teleportation stone and crushes it as a magic circle appeared below them. Izuku. The next time we cross paths, know that I will kill each and every one of you. Dabi. Had tough words, kid. Let's see if you can back thee up. Till next time. They all vanished, taking Stella with them. Momo. Ino. Isdeath sheathes her sword and looks at Izuku. Isdeath. What is going on? Izuku. I'll explain everything when we get home, but take that girl. He points to an unconscious Karara. Izuku. And put her in a room to wake her up so we can get some answers from her. Mazor. What about Stella? Izuku. Don't worry, I am already over that. Earlier with Izuku. Izuku was blasted by the blue flames. Izuku. Thinking, damn it, more people came, Baru. Baru. Telepathy, yes, my liege. Izuku. I need you to go inside Stella's shadow and stay there until I say otherwise, understand? Baru. Yes, my liege, I am on it. Baru travel through the ground as he sinks into Stella's shadow. Izuku. Thinking something is up here, and I will find out. Stella's sad, smiling face flashed through his mind. Izuku. Just hang on, Stella, I will save you. Flashback. Izuku. What the hell do you want? Right now, Izuku was standing in front of Stella. Stella. I want to face you again. Are you going to accept my challenge? Izuku. Get lost. Izuku then starts walking away, but Stella grabs his arm, causing the boy to stop and look at her. Izuku. Look, I am not on the kendo team anymore, so go away. Stella. Not until you give me my rematch. Izuku. F your rematch, now get the hell away from me. He yanks his arm from her grasp and begins walking towards his friends. Kirishima. Hey man, what was that all about? Izuku. It was nothing, don't worry about it. Flashback over. Stella was in a cell, her hands shackled as she sat on the ground, recalling a memory of her and Izuku. Stella, wow. Even in these moments I can't help but think of you. You were so cold to everyone except the ones you associated yourself with, but I saw what was inside of you. There was a darkness in your heart, a pit of burning hatred. I wanted to help you get rid of it. I guess that's why I tried to make you give me a rematch. Even if you didn't accept it, I like being in your presence, just being around you, although I'll never admit it, I enjoyed it. Stella looks at the bars of her cell and sighs. Stella. Oiki, I wonder what are you doing now? On the roof of a building we find Alucard looking over the edge as someone was walking up to him. What the hell do you want? Alucard. Now Mocha, is that any way to talk to your dear uncle? Mocha Akashia, a pure vampire who used to hail from the Akashia clan until something happened where she was banished from the clan. His witty question did little to calm the anger Mocha was currently feeling as she spoke once more. Mocha, what the hell do you want? I have something important to do. Alucard. Like finding the man who not only broke your heart, but also tried to kill you? Mocha narrowed her eyes at Alucard as he spoke again. Alucard. I have something that will interest you, that is why I have called you here, so do try to be appreciative. Mocha. What do you have for me? Alucard. It seems I have stumbled upon the location of your former lover Tsuken. Mocha's eyes widened hearing this as they then turned to anger, and she spoke with an edge to her voice. Mocha. Where is he? Alucard. On a hidden island far off the coast of Spain. Mocha. Thank you for the info. Before she could take off, she felt Alucard's hand on her shoulder, stopping her in her tracks. Alucard. Where do you think you are going? Mocha. I am going to find the island, and then I am going to end that clown. Alucard. Use your head, girl. You have no idea where this island is or how many people are on this island. They are probably heavily guarded with people who have guns, and people who are not human, and some humans that have quirks. Mocha stayed silent, knowing her uncle was right. Alucard. I know you would still wish to go, which is why I have an idea. Mocha. What is your idea? At a hotel. Deep under the hotel we find a room where there are two people in there. One is this Death, with a sadistic smile on her face, looking down at the girl who was tied to a chair in front of her. It was Karara, the girl who came with two others and attacked Izuku, Stella, and Momo. After they returned to the hotel, Izuku ordered his death to get info out of Karara, using any means necessary. That is exactly what his death was doing. She has been torturing Karara nonstop ever since they returned. His death. You know you're not making this easy on yourself, you know that, right? Karara, who was breathing hard with seeable wounds on her body scars, and all from his death, who was torturing the girl. She looked up at his death with a frightened expression on her face. Karara, please, I don't know anything else, I swear it. Before his death could respond, the door opened as Izuku walked in, followed by Mizore, as he stood by his death and asked, Izuku, so has our little bird starting singing any more tunes about the whereabouts of those idiots? His death. So far she has only said she was given orders to come and kill you or beat you to the point where they would take you to their master. Their orders were to kill Stella, but were changed. She still has yet to reveal the person who has painted a target on your back, my love. Izuku. I see. Izuku approaches Karara and grabs her by the hair, lifting her head up, forcing her to look at him. The girl was shaking. She was terrified that the boy she tried to bully had become something different entirely. Izuku. So little one is trying to keep quiet, I see. Karara. Please, I don't know anything about where the others are. Izuku. You're lying, you know something, and if you think the torturous death has been giving you for the last few hours is bad, trust me, she's been holding back on you, because we are trying to keep you alive to give us the answers we need. Now I know you know who gave you the orders to come after me. You know, and you're going to tell me right now. Karara. I can't. The man I work for is very powerful, and he will have me killed. Izuku. Well, that's too bad. You see, his death there can inflict pain on you, the likes of which would even make the devil kings themselves cry. And she looks hot while doing it too. Isteth. Oh, Izuku, you're making blush, dear. Izuku. So it's in your best interest to cooperate, or Isteth takes the gloves off, and you wouldn't want that, would you? Karara. And oh mercy, please have mercy on me. Izuku. You came and attacked me, and an associate of mine, and tried to kill me, and now you want mercy? You see, I never get that about people who take pride in hurting others, but when the tables are turned you want mercy, well, you won't get it. This is your last chance to talk. Karara gulped, seeing the look in Izuku's eyes. She had tears streaming down from her eyes. Mizore then gets a call on her phone as she answers it. Mizore. Hello. Yes, okay, thank you. Izuku. Turning his attention to his pawn to see what she wants. Mizore. That was a call from the front desk. Someone is here to see you. Izuku. Who is it? Mizore. A girl named Mocha Akashiya. Izuku. Thinking the former vampire princess. What does she want from me? Izuku. All right, let's go. Looks at Isteth. No more mercy, make her sing. Isteth smiles, sadistically hearing this. Isteth. No worries, my love, leave it to me. Izuku makes his exit, followed by Mizore, who shut the door behind her. The room was soundproof as Karara's screams of pain and agony went unheard as Isteth went to work on interrogating her. Izuku gets on the elevator with Mizore as it closes, taking them up to the first floor. Mizore. This Mocha Akashiya. Who is she? Izuku. Mocha Akashiya. Former princess of the Akashiya clan, a clan of pure vampires. She has 3 other sisters. She was the second youngest. From what my father told me, there was an incident that led to her being banished from the clan. What that incident is I do not know. Mizore. So what do you think she wants from you? Izuku. That I do not know, considering this will be our first time meeting each other. The elevator stops and opens its doors, with both stepping off the elevator, walking into the lobby, where they see Mocha standing at the front desk with her arms crossed. Noticing the pair approaching her, she stands looking at the green-haired boy with his pawn. Mocha, are you Izuku Midoriya? Izuku. Yes, and you're Mocha Akashiya. Why are you here, and why have you asked to meet with me? Mocha looks around, seeing people present, as she asks. Mocha, is there any place where we can talk in private? What I have to discuss cannot be heard by human people. Izuku nodded as they got back on the elevator with Mocha. In Izuku's hotel suite. Izuku's hotel suite. Sitting on the couch while Mocha sat in the chair next to them, Izuku asked, Izuku. So, what do you want to meet with me about? Mocha. Are you familiar with Alucard the vampire? Izuku. Yes, I am. Mocha. He asked me to seek you out. Hold on for a sec. She brings out a phone and calls Alucard. Alucard answers her call. Alucard. On phone, yes, Mocha? Mocha. I have found Izuku Midoriya like you asked, Uncle. He is sitting in front of me. Alucard. Good, put him on. She holds the phone towards Izuku, who takes it and puts it to his ear. Izuku. Hello. Alucard. Izuku. How are you, young devil? Izuku. I am fine. Is there something you need? Alucard. Actually, yes, you see, my niece Mocha was about to go and hunt down a man you recently met, Tsukun. Izuku. Yes, he along with another person saved this group we were about to kill. Until they got involved. Alucard. Well, it just turns out I know where their little group are located. Izuku. You do? Alucard. Yes, but I have a job for you and your group. I want you to accompany Mocha to the location and keep her safe. Izuku. Seems doable, but what about payment? Just how much will we be paid for this? Alucard. Payment is no issue. Alucard then typed something on his phone and spoke back to Izuku. Alucard. Check your phone. Izuku's phone then rings as he picks it up, seeing that money has been transferred to his account. His eyes widened when he saw the amount of money he received. $40 million was transferred to your account. Izuku smirks and speaks to Alucard. Izuku. So, you want us to help your niece? Consider it done, but is there anything else you want done on this job? Alucard. No, that will be all. I would help myself, but I have something to do that requires my attention back in the UK, so I told her to seek you out. The people that kidnapped that haired girl are located on an island off the coast of Spain. Tread lightly, they have some people there who are not human and some guards with powerful quirks. Izuku. Understood, we'll get the job done. Alucard. I see, I'll send the coordinates to you for you to find the location. Izuku. All right, thanks. They both hung up, and Izuku hands Mocha back her phone. Izuku. So you're after Tsukun? Mocha. Yes, I am. I was going to find the island, but Uncle wanted me to seek you out, saying he had something to take care. So are you in? Izuku. Yeah, come on, let's go get his death. With his death. Karar. Please, I beg of you, and no more, please. His death was still torturing Karara, as she cut off a finger every time she lies right now. She has only one finger left, and that is her pinky finger on the right hand. Isdeath stared down at her, smiling like she had a new toy. Isdeath. Well, I just love it when you beg, but my king asks me to torment you until you give me the answers I want, and I will do just that. Now, since you lied again, say goodbye to your last finger girl. Before she could do anything, Izuku opened the door. Izuku. Isdeath. Isdeath. Yes, dear? Izuku. I got the location of their whereabouts. Make sure you're all packed. We're heading to Spain. Isdeath. Oh, well, what do we do about her? Izuku then looks at Karara, who was shaking in fear of his death. Izuku. That's simple. We kill her. Izuku pointed his finger at her and spoke. Izuku. Spirit gun. Firing a small bullet of spirit energy, IIT shoots straight through the girl's skull, killing her. Izuku then fired a blast of black flames that burned her body as he walked out. Isdeath. Izuku, I wanted to be the one to kill her. Izuku. Come with me, you can kill as much as you want, and plus for your work in torturing her, I'll give you a reward for your hard work. Isdeath. A reward? What is it? Izuku looks back at her and says, Izuku. That will be a surprise. He then smiled at her when he did this. Isdeath blushed seeing him smile. Isdeath. Oh, I am definitely making you mine. Mocha. So how are we going to get to Spain? Izuku was on the phone as he thanked whoever was on the other end and hung up. Izuku. Okay. Our flight leaves in 2 days, so let's get ready. Everyone right. Island off the coast of Spain. A mansion heavily guarded by men in suits. All were at key points in the area. At the entrance, we see 2 gunmen standing guard outside of the house. Guard 1. Guard 2. Guard 1. Man, why did the boss ask us to stay out here? Guard 2. Because he doesn't want anything to ruin the meeting that is taking place. After all, we don't want heroes getting a whiff of what's going on. He stopped talking as he saw someone walking up to them. It was Izuku, wearing his mercenary clothes with his sword strapped to his back, casually walking up with hands in his pockets. Guard 2. Stop right there, idiot. Izuku continues walking forward, not even intimidated. The guard got angry seeing Izuku ignore him. Guard 2. Okay, idiot, eat lead. He shot at Izuku, only for Izuku to move off with insane speed and vanish before their eyes. The guard 2 was then pierced from behind by Izuku, with his word through the man's chest. Izuku. Don't worry, we'll let ourselves in. Removing his sword, the guard falls to the ground as vital fluid comes from his wound while Guard 1 aimed his gun at Izuku. Guard 1, curse you. Izuku, before you do that you should look over there. Izuku points as the man looks at what he was talking about, but it was too late. The guard's body was split in two as he fell over while his death Mocha and Mizore all walked up to Izuku. Izuku then turns to the mansion where Stella was being hidden, and the ones that attacked him are then smirks. Izuku, well ladies, let's go raise some hell. Stella was sitting in her cell looking at the ground with her thoughts wondering, but she was broken from her thoughts when she heard her cell door open as Shogo shoved someone in there with the person soon hitting the ground. Shogo, say hello to your new cellmate Red. He laughs, closing the cell door as he walks away. Stella looks at the girl who sat up wearing the same shackles as her. Stella, are you alright? Not really, those idiots kidnapped me and had me brought here against my will. Who are you? Stella, my name is Stella. Who are you? Kurumu, what the hell are they going to do with us? Also, there's the little succubus girl. Both girls saw in front of their cell was none other than Sento Vermilion, Stella's uncle, who had her brought here. Sento opened the cell door and approached his niece, smirking down at her followed by her glaring at him. Sento, oh, what's wrong, Stella? No hug for old Uncle Sento. Stella, you're not my uncle, what the hell are you even doing? Sento, how well, it's simple really, I am finally the leader of our clan. After that little incident that happened with your father, I am where I belong, leading our family the way it should be led. You were born with a gift, a sacred gear that holds the power of the Phoenix Levantine. I saw your unlimited potential to become something great, so to ensure our family gained more fame, I made deals that would benefit our family, so that our legacy lived on. I arranged to have you married to Randall Melromark, the future head of the Melromark family. And what did you do? You ran away. Stella, because I wasn't going to marry that idiot. That rat who believes that the only thing I would be good for is making babies and being a stay-at-home wife and simply obey everything he says. That sick fool enjoys tormenting girls, and you wanted me to marry someone like that? Sento, how well, this time you won't have a choice. You see, you will marry Randall, or do you not care what happens to your dear sister or your mother? Hearing that, her eyes widened upon hearing that. Kurumu, you would harm her family because she won't do as you say, you idiot. This got the blue-haired girl a slap from Sento that sent her to the wall. Sento, no one asked you. He looks back to Stella. Sento, so what's it going to be, Stella? Will you be a good girl and do your duty to your family? Or are you going to let your dear mother and sister die because of your foolish pride? Stella just glared at her uncle, who was smirking until a guard came in looking frantic. Guard, SIR, bad news. Sento, irritated, yeah, what is it? Guards, the mansion is under attack. Sento, what, by who? Guard, it was that Izuku kid you sent that team to kill, sir. Sento, that brat. Guard, he is not alone either, he has 3 females with him, all are very powerful. Stella, thinking Ikki is here, did he come to save me? Sento, damn it, get the guards to deal with it. Guards, most of our guards have been taken down already, sir. Sento, well then get Dabi, Kyoya, Shogo, Tsuken, Muscular Kaigaku, and those other demons to deal with them. I will triple their pay, just kill the brat, but capture the women, we could make use of them. Guard, yes, sir. The guard runs off to make the order happen, with Sento being infuriated as he looks to Stella. Sento, you will stay here until Randall comes to collect his bride. Don't think this changes anything, because this brat has come here. Once I get rid of him, then things can get back on track. He leaves Stella's cell and slams it shut, leaving those girls in there. Stella looks at Kurumu and says, Stella, I am sorry about that. Kurumu, that guy is your uncle. Talk about bad blood. We need to get out of here, but how? With Izuku. He slashes another gunman's throat, killing him. With him were Mocha, Mizore, and Isdeath, who had dead gunmen all around them, as they were now inside the mansion. Izuku, okay, we need to keep moving if we want to find Stella. I have a way we can go about it. I just hope it works. Isdeath looks at Izuku intently, remembering something. Flashback. Izuku was sitting next to Isdeath, and sitting across from him was Mocha and Mizore as they were on a private jet heading towards Spain. Isdeath, Izuku, how on earth did you manage to get us a private jet to take us to Spain? Izuku, I asked Lord Lucifer for it after a discussion. He said he would allow me to use it in return. I owe him a favor. Isdeath, Really? Wow. Mizore. So, what was the favor Lord Lucifer wanted? Izuku. He didn't say, he just said he would cash in on it in the near future. Istef. Izuku. Can I ask you something? Izuku. Yes, what is it? Istef. Why are you trying to save this Stella girl? Just who is she to you? Izuku. When I was in middle school, I had a small circle of friends, though I would never admit it. Stella was part of that circle. She constantly asked me for a rematch, which I always turned her down, but she did not stop hanging around me. She would sometimes come and eat with us at lunch, walk with me home, and have a conversation with me. I did act rude here and there most of the time because I thought she was just trying to hang around, only to later stab me in the back like everyone else does, but it turns out that wasn't the case. She was actually kind to me, and I want to repay her kindness, so I am going to help her. Istef. I see. Izuku. Now I have a question for you. Istef. Ask away, my love. I have nothing to hide from you. Izuku. Why are you so interested in me? I mean, don't get me wrong, you are a very beautiful woman. I will admit that you have an incredible body that would put most models to shame. So why are you so interested in me? Istef. It is because you gave me a chance to live when I was so close to dying. Not only that, but my heart was drawn to you. The more I am around you, I understand you more and more. Despite the darkness in your heart, I have fallen for you, Izuku Midoriya. Izuku, my entire life, I have only known hatred that comes from my mother and some former family and friends. I never felt loved by anyone, which is why I keep my heart closed off. It makes it easier not to be hurt. Istef. I too have never truly felt loved by anyone, but perhaps. She reaches and grabs Izuku's hand. Istef. We can learn to love each other. Izuku. So, you want to be my girlfriend? Istef. Yes, I do. I know there will be other girls after you, which I can understand, but I will be the one to claim your heart first, beloved. I am yours, and you are mine. Izuku. Understood, my queen. Flashback over. Izuku closed his eyes, locking onto a presence. Inside Stella's shadow was Baru, who has been with Stella, obeying the orders from Izuku to stay with her. Izuku. Telepathy. Baru. Baru, hearing his king's voice, responded immediately. Baru. Telepathy, my liege. I am pleased to hear from you. Are you all right? Izuku. Telepathy. I am fine. I am here with my peerage. How is Stella? Baru. Telepathy. She is chained in a cell in the lower level of this mansion by her uncle. Apparently, she ran away from her clan after she was forced into an arranged marriage by her uncle and is holding her mother and sister hostage in order to force her to agree to this marriage with some heir to another family. Izuku. Telepathy. I have to save another girl from being in a marriage she doesn't want. Well, okay, Baru. I'm going to need you to break Stella out of there, okay? We will find her mother and sister. Baru. Yes, my liege. I will not fail you. Izuku. Good. He ends the telepathy and turns to his queen and pawn and associate. Izuku. Turns out Stella's mother and her sister are being held hostage so that she will marry some heir of a noble family. Mizore, what do you want us to do? Izuku. We'll split up. Me and Istef will search for Stella, and you two will search for her mother and sister. Mocha. Sounds like a plan. Izuku. Okay, if anyone gets in our way, we take them down. Let's go. They all went their separate ways to find their intended targets. Istef. My love. Do you feel that? Izuku. Yes, someone is approaching an FA. He was cut off as someone punched the green-haired boy into the wall, causing debris to go everywhere. Oh man, is the brat dead already? Muscular thinking, he actually hit Izuku, thought he was dead, but suddenly the hulking man was then kicked in the jaw and sent through another wall. Izuku stood glaring at where he sent Muscular as he turned to his death. Izuku. Now I'm mad. A current of flames came at the green-haired hybrid as he sliced through them with his sword. Dabi. Seems like we meet again, kid? Suddenly a huge monster with spider-like eyes came and aimed to punch his death, only for her to dodge out of the way. Thunder breathing third form. Thunder swarm. Suddenly his death was hit with lightning from all around her, causing her to scream in pain. Izuku. Istef. Suddenly the man responsible for it appeared behind Izuku, aiming to slice him with his sword. The demon was none other than Kaigaku, who was about to strike Izuku, only for Izuku to block his sword strike with his own sword. Kaigaku. Well, you blocked it? This won't be so boring after all. Izuku. You're dead. In an instant, Izuku was then slashed on his left side by Kyoya, who appeared in front of him, swiping the stains from his sword. Kyoya, I hope you haven't forgotten about me after all you cut off my arm. I'm going to pay you back for that in full. Izuku, I need to he. Izuku then had to block as Shogo appeared, throwing a barrage of punches at the green-haired boy enhanced with magic. Shogo, not talking. So big now are you, punk? Izuku unleashes a flaming roar, blasting him away, but then he saw Kyoya unleashing projectile swords at him. Using his own sword, he slashes them away, only to then be hit by Dabi's blue flames, which did nothing due to him being immune to fire. But he then felt his insides get scrambled as Muscular came and delivered a punch to the boy's gut. Shogo then hit Izuku with a punch to the jaw, sending him flying away. Kaigaku was about to go after them, only to find his feet were frozen, and he was unable to move. Isdeath then appeared and grabbed him by the face and froze him from head to toe. Isdeath, you all are gonna die. Shogo, or did you not just see what we did to that green-haired chump? Kyoya, our orders were to take you in along with those other girls. Cooperate, and maybe we won't hurt you. Muscular, had this chick wants to fight, I'll gladly give her one. Izuku, who was punched through the wall, was under the debris thinking about everything. Flashback. Izuku was standing in front of a dead stray devil that he just killed. Izuku felt a bad feeling in his gut and asked his father, who was with him. Izuku, father, was there no other way to save him? Hi. No, this is what a stray devil gets when they abandon their master. Can they be saved? Maybe, but there are times when the stray is just too dangerous to be left alive. It's the same with humans. These heroes can lock them up all they want, but will that make them change some? Yes, but not all of them. Sometimes it's best to kill those that are too dangerous. Kill or be killed. That is the choice you will face in the future. I hope that you will be able to do what needs to be done. Flashback over. Izuku, thinking it's like you said, Dad, these humans are not worth sparing. They are monsters who are fully committed to killing me. It's the scenario you told me about that I will be confronted with in the future. I know what I need to do. They are humans, but they are also monsters that need to be put down. Izuku stands back up and walks towards the hole he made when he was punched through the wall. Muscular notices Izuku and smirks. Muscular, oh, back for more, kid? Izuku stands as a dark aura surrounds him. Shogo, oh. He was stabbed through the throat by Izuku, who didn't stop there as he kept the knife stabbed through the throat of Shogo and cuts down his abdomen, leaving a huge gash, with Izuku finishing it off by stabbing him in the head. Using the momentum, he slammed the boy's dead body on the ground. Kyoya, curse you. He was about to attack, but it was too late. Izuku was already in front of him. Kyoya was cut down, falling to the ground with the life fading from his eyes. Dabi couldn't believe what he was seeing. Dabi, no way he killed two people so easily. Izuku slowly turned around, his hair shadowing his eyes, as he then fully turned to Dabi, who readied flames in his hands. Dabi, if you think you got me scared, think again, kid. I will put an end to Wyo. Izuku then focuses his gaze on Dabi, unleashing his killing intent, with it soon engulfing Dabi. Frozen by fear, unable to do anything in front of the overwhelming force in front of him, Dabi only looked down to see a blade stabbing him through his chest. His surprise was evident with him looking up to see Izuku's piercing gaze looking at him as the green-haired youth spoke. Izuku, didn't I say I'd kill you the next time we saw each other? Dabi took 3 steps back, now feeling the situation. He was in the pain, soon followed with the cremation user coughing up some fluids. He stepped back once more. Now his back was against the wall, looking at Izuku with a horrified expression as the green-haired hybrid walked up to him and removed his dagger from Dabi's chest. His gaze on the flame user, not caring, showing absolutely no remorse. Izuku, well, at least you know now I'm a man of my word. When I say I'll kill you, I meant that thing. Now all that's left for you to do is let the little life you have remaining drain from you, and you walk into the cold embrace of death. Dabi fell to the ground on his, but his body slumped as he looked at Izuku, seeing those cold, uncaring eyes on him. His life then flashes, showing his memories with his family, his whole life's mission to ruin his father and his family, to get back at them by making them suffer. It's all gone now thanks to Izuku. Dabi, curse you. The light left his eyes as he went into the cold hands of death. Muscular, Ha 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 ha, I can't believe this, a brat like you actually killed a person, insane. Izuku turns his cold gaze to Muscular, who continued to laugh at the green-haired teen killing Dabi. Muscular. Tell me, kid, did you feel the rush of taking another person's life? The thrill of seeing their vital fluid? It gets easier the more you do it, so much that it comes naturally. Muscle fibers encase his entire upper body as he gets ready to fight. Muscular. Seeing you kill him has got me all pumped up. Now, let's see your blood. Isdeath, seeing this, was about to attack, but she dodged a punch from that hulking spider monster. Izuku, however, looked unafraid and appeared right in front of the muscled-up man with his hand aimed at his face as he uttered these words. Izuku, pathetic. Slamming Muscular to the ground, cratering the human beast of a man, the man himself was shocked that Izuku, a kid, brought him down so easily. Muscular, thinking this kid has some incredible strength. What the hell is hell? Suddenly Kaigaku broke from his death as ice, having an angered look on his face. Kaigaku. Curse you little, I'll finish you. Using thunder breathing, he engulfs himself with lightning rushing at his death, who was still dealing with the spider beast. But she did not look afraid. She smirked, ready to use her trump card. Holding her hands in front of her, she says, Isdeath. Everything in sight will be encased in ice. Makahadoma. Everything and everyone around her was frozen. Kaigaku and the spider monster, and even Izuku. Isdeath. My trump card really does come in hand. Drawing her rapier, she stabs Kaigaku through the heart. Isdeath. And that's that. Time then resumes normally, and Izuku then looked at his queen, who now had Kaigaku stabbed through the chest. Izuku. Did she use her new move? Kaigaku could only spit out and stare in shock at his new predicament. Kaigaku, how? Isdeath then blows frost in the demon's face, freezing him from head to toe as she removed her blade and goes to his side. Isdeath. Freezing time and space like that was great, but it does take quite the toll on me. She then kicked the ice that held Kaigaku, shattering it, killing him. The spider beast monster charged at her, aiming to throw a punch, but Izuku stepped in the way, blocking it with one hand. Izuku, you're annoying. Channeling darkness to his fist, he then punches the monster, destroying its entire upper body. Muscular then makes it back to his feet, although he staggered a bit. Muscular. How did you think that would be enough to stop me, brat? Isdeath. He is persistent, isn't he, my love? Izuku. Yes, and since you used your new move, how about I use mine? Isdeath. Or are you turning this into a competition, dear? Izuku slowly drew his sword, ready to strike. Izuku. May those that cross my path know my wrath. Muscular. Get ready, kid, because you're about to die. Better pray while you can. He rushes at Izuku, who is then engulfed with a dark aura around him. Izuku. The guilty shall be judged. Sorry, the judgment cutter. Sheathing his sword, Izuku spoke. Izuku. Judgment cut. Both of Muscular's arms fell to the side as he had a cross/slash mark across his chest, and lastly his head fell from his shoulders. His body fell backwards, hitting the ground. Quest complete. Objective. Kill all the enemies, aiming to kill the king and queen. All enemies are dead. You level up 6x. This was shown to both Isdeath and Izuku. Isdeath. We leveled up again, I see. Izuku. Yeah, let's keep moving. Mocha and Mizore were able to get directions to the lower levels thanks to interrogating the guards that got in their way. The girls then made their way to their intended destination. Mocha. Mizore, can I ask you something? Mizore. What is it? Mocha. You and Isdeath, why do you both follow Izuku? Why are you so loyal to him? Mizore. He saved our lives. We have no one in our lives. Lucci killed our mother and kidnapped us and forced my sister to work for him and forced me to produce crystal stones from my tears to use and sell for a profit. He forced my sister to work for them. In return, my life was spared. He kept his word. He never harmed me, but they did abuse me as a way to use me for my ice powers, me and my sister. When my sister fought Izuku, he could have killed her. My sister was in a weakened state, and she could have been dead, but he spared her and fought Lucci. And when he then came and saved me, I was moments away from dying, but he brought me back to life to serve him. Mocha. You actually like working for him? Mizore. Actually, it isn't bad working for Izuku. He treats us well despite him being a bit difficult and his no-nonsense personality. He is a great guy. Mocha. And he doesn't force you to do anything, no inappropriate things? Mizore. No, not really, although we often tease him about being his lovers. Mocha. You want to be his lover? Mizore. Yes, both me and my sister, whenever we tease him, he just shakes it off, but he does like it, I can tell. Mocha. So you're both happy being with him? Mizore. Yes, we are. Mocha then thought for a moment, but someone came onto their path, causing both girls to become alert. Mocha. You. Sukun. Well, Mocha, it's lovely seeing you again, my dear. Without hesitation, Mocha rushed at Sukun and blocked her punch that caused a shockwave that blew everything around them away except for Mizore, who stood her ground. Mocha, you used me. I let you into my family. I loved you, and you betrayed me. Sukun. Hey, you're still upset that I got what I wanted from you and then left you? Mocha then began trading blows with Sukun, all her rage for him. She was unleashing it all as Sukun was parrying her attacks and kicks her, sending her back. As she rebounded, Sukun Tichari a punch that created an air pressure sent to Mocha, who gets hit and sent flying to a nearby wall, hitting it back first. Sukun was about to continue his attack, only to backflip and avoid ice from hitting him from above. Sukun locks his gaze on Mizore. Sukun, an ice woman and also an interesting devil. Mizore, thinking Mocha, gave into her anger, and it blinded her. Rookie mistake. Sukun. Do you both really think you can beat me? Mizore's eyes glow white as a chilling aura comes from her. Mizore, I don't think I know. With Stella. Stella was in her cell with Kurumu as the cell door opened and revealed her fiancé, Randall Melromark, accompanied by 3 guards in red suits, and Sento. Sento, I told you I managed to track her down. Randall looked at Stella with a smirk that made her skin crawl, looking at him with disgust. Randall. Thank you, Sento, for finding my bride-to-be. He then walks up to Stella, who was seated on the ground, glaring at him. Randall. Hello, my lovely Stella, are you done behaving like a brat? Stella. My answer is still no, Randall. I will never marry a disgusting, spoiled little fool like you. Hearing that Randall was mad, all his life his father had given him anything he wanted, but the one thing he could actually want was to have Stella Vermilion as his wife to show off as a trophy, but the girl would not give him the time of day because of his actions. Randall. Still being defiant, huh? He then channeled fire to his hands. Randall. Seems like you need to be reminded of your place. He then goes to strike her with the fire in his hands, aiming to hurt the girl, but to his surprise and the shock of guards, something comes from Stella's shadow, tanking the flaming hit. Towering over the 13-year-old spoiled child was none other than Baru, with his eyes glaring down at the boy, who was too shocked and afraid to do anything. Baru. You insignificant worm, I will not allow you to harm this girl. My liege commanded me to protect her, and protect her I shall. Baru backhands Randall, sending him out of the cell through a nearby wall. As the guards that were with him got ready to shoot their guns, Baru vanished and quickly sliced them into pieces. Sento stood there looking at Baru in horror. Baru then grabbed the man by the face and slammed him in the wall, knocking him unconscious. Stella and Kurumu looked at Baru with caution as the creature turned to her. Stella, what are you? Baru. I am a servant of Izuku Asmodeus. I am Baru. I was tasked with protecting you. He then used his claws, breaking both of their chains that held them prisoner. Stella. Iki sent you to protect me? Baru. His name is Izuku. Yes, he sent me to protect you. Now let us be off. I sense my liege's presence a few floors above us. Stella. Wait, I have to find my sister and mother? Kurumu. They have to be here somewhere. Stella. Baru, grab that man and bring him with us. We can use him to help find my mother and sister. Baru. Fine, seeing as how I am still obeying my master's orders, I will help you. He grabs Sento and holds him in place as the group began to make their way. 4. Meanwhile, Izuku and Isdeath found themselves surrounded by well over 60 guards with weapons such as nunchucks, pipes, swords, and maces. Isdeath. Seems we are surrounded, my love. Izuku. Yes, while they are great in numbers, luckily, I know someone who can help clear out these fools. Closing his eyes as he opens them with a blue glow coming off of them, he speaks. Izuku. Come forth, Tank. A giant bear comes from Izuku's shadow, bowing before Izuku. Izuku. Tank, I want you to kill all these pests in front of us. Can you do that? The bear nodded and brought out its claws, ready to carry out its master's order. Izuku smirks, seeing the shocked faces of the guards in front of him. Izuku, you all should know you're not fighting heroes, no, we hunters, and now you're going to know what it's like to be preyed upon. Boom. A shockwave created by the clash of fists between Mizore and Tsuken cracking the ground beneath both demons showed the amount of power being let out as the ghoul child smirked at the Ice Devil. Tsuken, you're kind of strong, tell you what, if you give up now and become my worker, then I'll let you live, how about it? Mizore, no thanks. I already serve a master more worthy than you. Tsuken, too bad, he's going to die right after I kill you. The two began trading blows, their strikes echoing through the building, both trying to gain the upper hand on the other. Mizore lands a knee in the gut of Tsuken, who responds with a punch to her face. She then delivers an elbow to the ghoul teen's jaw. He was about to attack once more, but a flying kick to the face from Mocha sent him through the wall. Mizore, you're okay. Mocha, it takes more than that to take me down. Tsuken, you're both a pain. You came here expecting to get revenge, but you're going to die simply as that. He then brings himself out from the wall and begins releasing his aura. Mizore's eyes glow, releasing her own aura as Mocha was doing the same, as the three letting out their powers, shaking the building. With Izuku and his death, Tank lets out a monstrous roar as it rips apart a guard, tearing him in half, throwing his body to the waist side. The Shadow Bear charged forward with insane speed, bulldozing through the guards who never stood a chance. Using its claws, the bear slices through every enemy in his path. Obeying the orders given by its master, Tank was relentless in his attack, taking down what used to be 60 guards. Now there was no one blocking their path. Istef. That was quite the destructive display. Bravo, Tank, bravo. She then pats the Shadow Bear on the head as it enjoys the feeling. Suddenly the building shook. The powerful auras belonging to Mizore, Mocha, and Tsuken were felt by the king and queen of Izuku's peerage. Izuku, well, seems like they are getting serious. Shall we go see what's going on? Istef. Istef. You read my mind, dear, let's go. Izuku. Tank. The Shadow Bear stood at attention as Izuku got on its back with Istef behind him. Izuku, take us up full speed ahead. The Shadow Bear, heeding his master's orders, began running at full speed, going through many walls and going through different paths to reach the next level of the mansion. An explosion of power destroyed the walls around them. Tsuken, Mocha, and Mizore were going at it once more. He was throwing punches at the two, who were parrying his attacks and responding with their own. Mocha managed to catch both of his fists, while Mizore kicked the ghoul teen in the gut, sending him back, but he rebounds only for Mocha to appear behind him above the teen, and went for an axe kick only for him to barely dodge it at the last moment. Following through with her intended attack, she destroys the floor beneath them. Falling to the next floor, they land on the ground. Tusken, quickly blocking a punch from Mizore, the force behind it sent the ghoul boy back a bit. Tsuken, thinking, I can't believe this, they are actually pushing me back? He then receives a kick to his right side, sending him into a wall, with Mocha following up with another kick that sends him all the way through the wall and out on the other side, making it back to his feet. Tsuken was then punched in the face by Mocha, and he receives another from Mizore. The next thing, Tsuken was getting attacked from both sides without being able to put up a fight. Tsuken, thinking, what the hells? I can't fight back. Both girls pulled back their fist with their aura, encasing their fist, fully intended to end Tsuken. Mocha and Mizore, take this. Both fists connect with the ghoul teen's face. Mizore's aura turned black and red as they both pushed forward with the power of their punches. Tsuken could only yell in pain as his body was obliterated. The last thing he saw was a black flash. Mocha, we did it. They then heard clapping as they turned around to see Izuku, who was on Tank with his death. Izuku, now that's impressive. Mizore, you pulled off a black flash like it was nothing remarkable. Mizore, oh Izuku, stop, you're making me blush. Mocha, Tsuken will no longer be an issue, we have taken care of him. Izuku, that's good, now to find Stella and her mom and sister. Let's go. Mocha is death, and Mizore, right. Stella with Kurumu and Baru, who was carrying Sento, followed, where he said Stella's family was making it to the prisoner cell, where two people were inside, chained to the wall. Victoria Vermilion, Stella's mother. Mio Vermilion, Stella's twin sister. Stella mom. Mio. Hearing their names, both mother and daughter looked to see Stella's surprise written all over their faces. Mio. Sister? Victoria. Stella, what are you doing here? Stella. Using the keys she took from a dead guard Baru killed on their way here, She opens the cell to their prison and goes to unlock their chains, freeing them both. Stella. Sento brought me here to force me to marry Randall Melromark. But luckily I had some help in getting free. Mio and Victoria grew scared seeing Baru. Stella. Don't worry, he may look scary, but he is on our side. He serves the friend I made when I went to Aldera. Mio. You mean that boy you called Icky? Stella. Yeah. Izuku. Telepathy Baru, how is everything? Baru. Telepathy, my liege, I have brought Stella to her mother, and sister both are safe now, and reunited she is accompanied by a blue-haired succubus girl. Izuku. Telepathy, I see you can return to me now, thank you for your hard work. Baru. You honor me with your praise, my liege. I will return at once. Baru then looks at Stella. Baru. My liege has called for me to return. I must go. Stella. I see, thank you, Baru. The ant nods and sinks into the shadows, heading towards Izuku's location. Stella. Come on, let's get out of here. She begins guiding her mother and sister out from their prison, followed by Kurumu. Stella. Thank you for helping me find my family, Kurumu. Kurumu. Don't mention it. So who is this Icky guy you keep talking about? Is he your boyfriend? Hearing this, Stella blushes and shakes her head. Stella. What? No way, he's just someone I know. Yeah, he's a friend, that right, a friend. Victoria. Are you sure, dear? Because the way your face is so bright, I am starting to think he is more than a friend. Stella. Not now, Emma. Victoria giggles, seeing her daughter's reaction. Mio. So Stella, are we going to meet this Icky or what? Stella. We will meet up with him soon if we can fly. Something caught her attention. It was a bright light that was shining in front of them, blocking their sight, when suddenly that light became a beam that went straight for Victoria, who was not fast enough to dodge it. She then felt someone push her out of the way, falling to the floor. Victoria looks to the person who shoved her out of the way was none other than her daughter Stella. The blast pierces through her stomach, and the redhead coughed up some fluid, falling to the ground. Mio caught her along with Kurumu. With Izuku. Izuku's Death Mizor and Mocha were now in front of a kneeling Baru, who just relayed everything to his green-haired master. Baru. Now Stella is reunited with her mother and sister. Izuku. Thank you. You can return now. Nodding, Baru sinks into Izuku's shadow. Izuku. Now too. A horror-filled scream cut him off as he became alert when he heard it. Izuku. That doesn't sound good. Let's go. With Stella and company, bleeding from her mouth as she was on one knee glaring at the people coming out from the shadows. Randall Melromark. Motoyasu. Randall. Well, you missed the intended target, but good shot, Motoyasu. Motoyasu. Thank you, sir. Randall dons a sadistic smirk on his face, walking towards Stella. Victoria, Mio, and Kuruma get in front of Stella to protect her. Randall. My dear Stella, don't you understand? You belong to me, you stupid woman. If I can't have, then no one can. But I am a forgiving person. If you become my wife, your disrespect will be forgiven. I am even willing to let your dear mother and sister live. Become mine and mine alone. I will even let that filth who came here and killed all the guards to this mansion to save you leave here alive. So last chance, Stella, what do you say? Stella spits vital fluid on the ground, looking at the boy before her with disgust on her face, mixed with anger. Stella. Eat trash, you spoiled little brat. Randall. You know I have tired, but oh well, Motoyasu, you will deal with the demon beach. My dear fiancé has chosen to die with her family. Motoyasu. Understood. Kuruma brings out her wings as her nails increase in size, and she ascends to the air ready to fight. Kurumu. You're gonna pay for what you did to Stella. Mio launches a fireball at Randall, as it then hits dead on flames, exploding at the touch. Mio did not stop there. She kept on firing fireball after fireball at the spoiled manchild, hoping that every fireball she blast would incinerate him. She then felt her left arm get slashed by a blade. She looked around, seeing no one there, igniting her hands with fire as Randall appeared a distance away with flaming daggers in his hands. Randall. Like my stealth skill, not only do I have an incredible fire quirk, but my stealth skills can make it hard for pros to even find me. I am going to enjoy killing you all. He then vanishes again. Mio. I can't sense him. She then gets slashed across the back, and another slash strikes her right arm. Randall. See, you're nothing. I can end you whenever I want. He then appears about to strike Stella, who was still hurt, as her mother tried to stop the bleeding. Randall, now you die. He then goes to strike her with his flaming blade, but he was stabbed through his chest from behind. Randall, what the? Izuku, has anyone ever told you that you talk entirely too much? Randall, thinking how? How can this mere rat be able to sneak up on me without me noticing? Randall, how the hell did you get behind me without me noticing? Izuku, simple, you were doing everything right when it came to being stealthy. You hid your presence completely, but your killing intent could be sensed from a mile away. Motoyasu, hold on, boss. He then gets stabbed in his right side by an ice spike that came from the ground. Motoyasu, damn it. Leaping into the air, spinning Mocha delivered a roundhouse kick to the pony-tailed blonde that sent him into a nearby wall. Izuku then looks at Stella, who was shocked to see him. Stella, you came for me? Izuku, yeah, we have a rematch to settle, remember? Stella's eyes widened upon hearing that. Randall, RAH. Flames surrounded Randall completely as Izuku slid back, having removed his sword from the boy's chest. Randall turned to him with a glare. Randall, curse you. Izuku, Randall Melromark, firstborn son of the Melromark family. Your father is Alcray Melromark, who gained his wife's fortune after her passing away. Randall, I see you're well informed for a mere peasant. Perhaps if you get on your knees and apologize, I might be able to forgive you? Izuku, shove it up your rear, you prick. You won't live long enough to do anything after I am done with you. Motoyasu was spinning his spear in an attempt to block the ice spears fired at him by Mizore. He was then kicked in his right side by his death, but he could not scream as Mocha gave him an uppercut that sent him airborne to Kuruma, who was in the air waiting for him. The blue-haired girl flies to Motoyasu and slashes him all around his body, making the bodyguard scream in pain. He then hit the ground with a thud as the female demons stare him as he struggles to get back to his feet. Motoyasu, I won't let you win. He then felt Mizore's hand touching his back as she spoke. Mizore, you never stood a chance against us. The only thing left for you to do is die. A tiny ice spider from Mizore's hand went inside one of the wounds on Motoyasu's body. Mizore, now be gone. Suddenly Motoyasu's vital fluid came from his body, frozen red ice spikes piercing through the teen's body. The ice spider Mizore sent inside his wound exploded, freezing his blood, causing crimson ice spikes to come from every part of his body. His body was lifeless as he stood unmoving. It's death. My sister, what do you call this? Mizore, I haven't the Ufa name yet, but I will think of one soon. They then looked to see Izuku, who was fighting Randall, who kept trying to strike Izuku from all sides using his stealth mode, but every strike Izuku just parried it like it was nothing. Randall, how? Randall appears and blasts a current of flames at Izuku, who easily slices through them like nothing. Izuku, I am ending this now. He raised his hand, aiming it at Randall, who ignited his fist with flames. Randall, you filth, I will kill you. He attempted to rush at the green-haired boy. Izuku, Gravere. At that moment, Randall felt intense pressure pushing him to the ground. Izuku, girls. It's Death, Mocha, and Mizore. Right. They all got behind Izuku, who increased his powers around the entire mansion, bringing the entire building down. There was no mansion, there was nothing left, only Izuku, is Death, Stella's family, Stella, Mocha, Mizore, and Randall, who was barely alive. Izuku walked up to the downed red-haired brat and lifted him up by his hair. Randall, you fool, do you know what you have done? Do you have any idea how powerful my father is? You and your band of slots will die painful deaths. I will make sure of that. Izuku, kinda hard to do if you're dead. Randall was silenced when one swing of his sword Izuku sliced off the boy's head, killing him. Izuku then walks up to Stella, who was trying to cling on to life, but her strength was fading. Stella, mother. Victoria, hold on, Stella. There has to be something we can do. When we find a doctor, we can. It's Death. I am afraid she won't make it in time to a doctor. Mio, please, we have to do something. I can't let my sister die, please. Izuku kneels down to Stella's level, seeing the state she was in. He spoke. Izuku, I have a way to save you, but you will become a devil. So I'll ask you, do you wish to live and become a devil? Victoria, I don't care what you have to do or what she has to become. If it saves her life, least save my daughter. Izuku looks at Stella, who was giving him a smile as she nodded. Izuku then stood up and brought out his bag of evil pieces and takes out the night piece. Izuku. I, Izuku Asmodeus, hereby resurrect you, Stella Vermilion, as my knight to serve my household. Now by my decree rise and live once more. The night piece goes inside of her, as Izuku's magic circle appears under her. Stella's stomach wound, healed up as the magic circle vanished. Victoria and Mio waited with bated breath. Stella slowly opened her eyes, seeing everyone around her. Mio, Stella, Victoria, how do you feel? Stella, a little sore and exhausted. Izuku, my evil pieces are different. Not only do they resurrect, they heal fatal wounds. But you will still feel the exhaustion. Victoria, so what now? Izuku, now we go home. Days later, Surzex was in his office looking over some things until a knock comes to his door. Surzex, come in. Graphia opened the door, walking inside. Seeing her master there, she speaks. Graphia, Izuku is here, Lord Surzex. Surzex, good, send him in. Obeying, Graphia went to get Izuku. After a few moments, Izuku comes inside the office. Obeying, Graphia went to get Izuku. After a few moments, Izuku comes inside the office. Izuku bowed, showing respect. Izuku, Lord Surzex. Surzex, Izuku, I am glad you came. Izuku, when I am summoned by the Devil Kings, I make sure to answer the call. Surzex, good, there are some things I wish to talk with you about. Please have a seat. Taking a seat, Izuku was comfortable with Surzex, saying what he wanted to say. Surzex, as you know, the engagement between both Rias and Riser was made between my father, myself, and Lord Phoenix. Izuku, yes. Surzex, we wanted to have you try and challenge this engagement, but seeing as how you are not a pure devil, and you have chosen not to be the heir to your house, that makes things a little difficult. But I have an idea that might work. Izuku, I am listening. Surzex, I know full well that Rias is 100% against this engagement, and I do not blame her. But I will have you attend the same school as Rias. Izuku, you wanted to go to Koa Academy, isn't that a prestigious school? Surzex, yes, it is. Seeing your scores from your old school, if they weren't tampered with, your grades are a shoo-in to get in. I do not understand why they hated you so much to sabotage your education like this. Izuku, yeah, those teachers did that as a way to keep me in my place. Surzex, well, there is no need to worry about that. Your father has made sure that your grades are the right ones, so you will be able to go to Koa with not only Rias but Sona Citri as well. Izuku, I don't understand, sir. What will I be doing at Koa Academy? Surzex, I want you to protect Rias and Sona. I have full faith that my little sister can handle herself, but there are times when her pride gets in the way. I want you there watching her back. The other reason I am sending you there is because the marriage is set in 3 years. Riser and Rias will be able to get married, but knowing Rias, she will fight this until her last breath. Knowing you like I do, I want you to find a way to get involved in this engagement. Izuku, I see you want me to find a way where I can fight for Rias' freedom. Surzex, you're a smart kid. Izuku, thank goodness you're on our side. So do you accept this mission? Izuku, of course, besides I like Rias, she's an okay person, so I'll help her out. Sizrex, yes, and who knows, you might end up marrying my sister yourself. Izuku smirks, I wouldn't mind having you as my brother-in-law. Izuku chuckles, yeah right. Surzex stands and offers a handshake, which Izuku accepts. With Isdeath was in Izuku's hotel suite along with Stella, Mocha, Kurumu, and Mizore. Stella, so why are we all here? Isdeath, Izuku wanted everyone to meet up here. A magic circle appears and from it comes Izuku. Izuku, good, you're all here. Stella, so why are we meeting here? Izuku, I just wanted you to meet your fellow peerage members. Stella, you mean Isdeath and Mizore? I already met them. Izuku, yes, them and the 2 new members of the peerage, Mocha and Kurumu. Stella, huh? The 2 newest members of the peerage brought out their devil wings, surprising Stella. Stella, no way, but when? Mocha, it was after the raid on your uncle's mansion. Seeing how powerful and brave Izuku really interested me. That and seeing how Mizore spoke highly of him, I asked if I could join. Me too. I was abducted and had nowhere to go, so I asked if I could join him, and he accepted. Izuku, Now that all that's out of the way, I want to tell you all something. In this peerage, I will treat you all with the most respect as long as you do the same now. I won't be too easy on you. The way we will be training is through the leveling system. Izuku then snapped his fingers, bringing out everyone's stats. Izuku, what your stats, your current level shows you where you're strong and where you're weak. We will be improving this by going on missions, training in dungeons, and occasional sparring sessions. I will not be falling behind myself. I will be right there leveling up right alongside you. I have great expectations for you all. I want you all to shatter them. I will treat you as if you're my own family and take care of you as such, but do not take my kindness for weakness. When you do wrong, you will be punished for it. We will treat each other as family, and we are one. They all smiled hearing his words. Izuku, now let us go out and celebrate the new members of the peerage. Everyone, yeah. Isteth then grabs Izuku's hand, causing him to look at her. Isteth. Izuku, I think you're forgetting something. Izuku. I am? Isteth. You said you would give me a reward for my hard work in interrogating that girl, so what is my reward? Izuku. Oh yeah, I did say that well. He then pulls Isteth close to him, which shocks the Ice Queen, but she was more surprised by what Izuku did next. Izuku pulled her close to him and kissed her right on the lips. The girls all had different reactions to this. Moko was surprised as well as Kurumu, but Stella was blushing MSD with jealousy, as well as Mizore, as Izuku broke the kiss. Izuku. How was that? Isteth felt weak in the knees after that kiss. She was so shocked, she couldn't even say anything as Izuku let her go and walked off. Izuku. Well, come on, let's gotta eat my treat. Stella. Hold on, what the hell was that IKKI? Mizore. Yeah, I want to kiss too. Isteth finally snaps back to reality and smirks. Isteth. That man, oh, he is most definitely mine now. Mizore. No, he's mine. Stella. Are you two seriously doing this right now? Isteth. Oh, shut it, we all know you want him to, don't even try to deny it. Stella. What? Isteth. Anyway, if you excuse me, I am going with my future husband, so bye. She then runs after Izuku as Mizore and Stella chase after her. Mocha. Seems we have joined an interesting peerage at Kurumu. Kurumu. You can say that again, Mocha. They walked out following behind their fellow peerage members. 3 years later. Izuku's house in the human world. Izuku. 997. 998. 999. 1000. Right now, Izuku has just finished sit-ups he was currently doing in his home gym. He stood up and grabbed a towel and wiped the sweat from his forehead. The door then opens as Isteth walks in. Isteth. Izuku, are you? Her words died in her throat, seeing Izuku look at her sweating all over his upper body, showing off his abs, chest, and muscles. Izuku. Oh, Isteth, did you want something? Isteth is imagination. Isteth tackles Izuku, causing them to fall on the ground. Izuku. Ah, yes. He was silenced by Isteth, claiming his lips with her own, kissing the green-haired teen, hungrily shoving her tongue in his mouth. And Izuku wasn't fighting it, holding his queen/girlfriend by the waist as she forcefully made out with him. After he had just got done working out, then releases the green teen from their loving kiss, leaving a trail of saliva between them. Isteth. I need you now. The girl then removed her shirt, leaving her in her top as her, and Izuku went back to kissing their tongues, fighting for dominance, as Izuku then turned the tables and switched places with her. Now he was on top of her. Izuku. My queen, you are acting naughty. Seems I will have to punish you. Isteth. Oh, I welcome your punishment, dear. Izuku smirks and then begins to kiss the girl again. In reality, Izuku. Isteth. 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 Oh yes, dear, sorry. Izuku. Is there something you want from me? Isteth. Thinking yes, you to slam against the wall and ram that monster between your legs into my womanhood and give me multiple children. Isteth. Oh well, Stella and Kurumu just got done in the dungeon, and they both have leveled up. Do you wish for them to do another one? Izuku. No. Let them get some rest. I am sure they are tired. Besides, we have to start classes tomorrow at Kuo. Isteth. Right, so what's on the agenda for today? Izuku. We're going to be visiting my family since I am now back in the human world. I want to see how they have been. Isteth. As you wish, dear. Izuku. Alright, I'm going to take a shower and get changed. Izuku walks out of the workout room as Isteth lets out a breath. It's death. My goodness, being shirtless and sweaty like that in front of me. You better be careful, Izuku. There is only so much temptation a girl can take. In the last 3 years, Izuku has changed drastically along with his peerage. He has trained his peerage the same way Sung Jin Woo trains, by going into the dungeons, leveling up, increasing their power. He even told Hai and Surzex about his shadow army, given to him by Anubis, and his ability to constantly get stronger. Surzex's mind was blown along with Hai. But Hai was proud of how strong his son could become, seeing how strong Izuku was getting. The Devil Kings don't want Izuku competing in raiding games. Not because they wanted him not to, but because it would be way too unfair and impossible to beat his peerage and his shadow soldiers. As for his peerage, they have all grown stranger with their king, as they have leveled up, and not only that, they work as mercenaries along with Izuku, carrying out missions given to them by the Devil Kings. Every mission is 100% successful, no matter how dangerous. They always get the job done. Izuku has made sure to keep in touch with his family in the human world, visiting Foro birthdays and family gatherings when he was not too busy. Now, the overall strength of Izuku's peerage is that they all have 4 sets of devil wings, as they all have 8 devil wings in total. Izuku even got everyone in his peerage a place to stay, but Mizor, Stella, and Isdeath stay with Izuku. Right now, Izuku was in some new clothes, black t-shirt, red jeans with black boots. Izuku leaves his home with Isdeath behind him as they walk to the train station. Isdeath, I must say, dear, are you sure you're okay going back to your old hometown? Izuku, yeah, it's fine. Why do you ask? Isdeath, what if we run into the people from your past? Izuku, if we do run into them, we just ignore them. I don't have the time or the patience to deal with those idiots, and especially that woman and that buffoon she has for a husband. Isdeath, I see. They made it to the train station, and it took them to the city of Mustafu, as they were the center of attention for Isdeath. Many men and boys were ogling her, and the women were blushing looking at Izuku, but a single glare of the females nearly made the women run and hide. They eventually reached their off the train. Isdeath, Izuku, why didn't we just teleport here with magic? Izuku, I wanted to see how everything has changed. It has been a while since I was here. They then looked to see a commotion going on. Izuku, now what is this? They made their way closer to the crowd to see pro-heroes fighting a villain. The heroes present were Death Arms, Kamui, Woods Backdraft, and MT Lady. Isdeath, it looks like a villain fight, and the villain is holding someone hostage. Izuku looks closely, seeing that the hostage was indeed a girl. Cammy is being held hostage. Death Arms, we've got no choice but to wait for a hero with advantageous quirk. Backdraft, until then, let's keep the damage under control. Somebody will come soon for her. The girl was struggling trying to get free, but she could not, as it was hard for her to breath. Isdeath, Izuku, that girl won't last any longer. That villain will kill her. Why aren't the heroes doing anything? Izuku, it's because they're pathetic. Didn't you hear that guy? He said they have to wait for someone with the right quirk. That girl could be dead soon. Isdeath, I can see now why you don't care much for heroes, dear. Izuku, yeah. Cammy stopped struggling as the sludge villain was robbing her of her oxygen, as the fawn-haired girl opened her eyes looking at the crowd, though her vision is blurred due to her being moments away from losing consciousness. Izuku, sighs, I can't watch this anymore. Izuku then aims his hand like a gun and charges spirit energy to his finger. The sludge villain only looked once as the beam hits him in the eyeball, causing the villain to scream out in pain. Sludge villain SV. HHH. Damn it, what the hell? Izuku then took one step, and in the blink of an eye, he was in front of Cammy, who was still restrained by the sludge monster. He then grabs the girl and pulls her out of the monster, and quickly moves back to where his death was. Kamui Woods. Whoa, did you see that the kid moved in and got the girl out? Death Arms. Damn it. Izuku gently laid Cammy on the ground and turned back to the sludge monster that regained its vision. SV. You took away my hostage, you're dead, brat. Izuku. You're annoying. Raising his hand, black lightning comes from it. The black lightning destroyed the monster, barely leaving anything left, as there was just pieces of sludge remaining. Watching this from the crowd was none other than All Might, who was in his skinny form. His eyes were wide, seeing who it was that defeated the sludge villain. It was Izuku, the boy they had been looking for the last 3 years. Thinking it's him, he's here. I have to call Inko quickly. Izuku sees the sludge villain was nothing more than scattered pieces as he then checks on the girl in his arms. The girl stirred in his arms as she opened her eyes to see her green-haired savior. Izuku, are you okay? Yeah. Cammy was blushing seeing Izuku looking at her. She was so lost in his eyes it was like there was no one else there but them. That is when, hey, Death Arms and Kamui Woods approached Izuku. Kamui, you moron, do you have a death wish? Death Arms Day. There was absolutely no reason for you to put yourself in danger like that. Kamui, it was reckless and foolish. You should have let us do our jobs. Isdeath, seeing this, was about to walk up to the two heroes, but she then saw Izuku was laughing. This confused the two heroes, who got even more mad seeing him laugh. Duh. Do you think this is funny, brat? Izuku then stops laughing and looks at the two pros. Izuku, then tell me, should I have just watched her die like you two were doing? Kamui, wah. Izuku, wait for someone with the right quirk? How stupid are you? If you would have tried to pay attention, you would have realized that the villain's weak spot was its eye. But no, you went in trying to punch through its body, which was liquid and very obvious to anyone watching. You're here scolding me for doing your job for you? Tell me something, how long do you think this girl had before she would have died? While you were going to wait for someone with the right quirk, this girl was dying, and would have been dead if something was not done. What were you going to say to her parents when they asked why you let their daughter die? I am sorry, my quirk wasn't good for the situation, so I waited for someone else while watching her die. You clowns don't deserve to call yourselves heroes. Why don't you look into another career? Because being a hero is not the one for either of you. Death Arms and Kamui Woods were pissed hearing this kid talk to them like that. Da, you little twerp, who the hell do you think you're talking to us like that? Izuku stood up holding Cammy bridal style as he began walking away from the heroes as he asks her. Izuku, so you sure you're okay? Oh yeah, thanks fam, you really saved me from that icky monster. So, can I get the name of my hot hero? Izuku. The name Izuku, and you? Cammy Utsushimi, hot stuff, thank you for saving my life. Izuku. Someone had to. Those so-called heroes weren't going to do it. Even though I don't care much about hero stuff, I couldn't just sit back and watch you die. He then stops and puts her down as she is standing. Izuku. We'll see you around, Cammy. Cammy, wait. She then looks to see her phone on the ground, broken due to being captured by the sludge villain. Cammy, that stupid villain made me drop my phone. Now it's going to be a while before I can get another one. Izuku reaches into his pocket and pulls out a flyer with his magic circle on it. Izuku, well, how about you take this instead? She takes the flyer from his hand and asks, Cammy, what's this? Izuku, that flyer will grant you any wish you desire. Cammy raises an eyebrow at this and asks, Cammy, are you for real? Izuku, yes, if you want to see me again, just wish for it and the flyer will do the rest. Well, I have to go. Take care, Cammy. He then goes to walk off until Cammy grabs his hand, halting him from going anywhere as she then leans in and kisses Izuku on the cheek. Cammy, see you around, Isa babe. She winks and runs off as Izuku chuckles before turning to see Isdeath with a dark aura around her. Isdeath, she dares to kiss my man in front of me? That girl is bold. But that boldness will get her frozen in ice and her head removed from her body. Izuku, seeing this, sweat dropped. Izuku, please calm down, Isdeath, we have to go. Isdeath and Izuku leave. Meanwhile, a certain pro-hero was on the phone. I am telling you, Inko, I am looking at him right now. All Might called Inko and told her that he has found Izuku. He told her that he had some kind of quirk now and just defeated a villain. Inko, what? I am on my way to you. Whatever you do, do not let him out of your sight. Am on it. Am watched as Izuku and Isdeath were walking together. He made sure to tail them, but little did he know Izuku knew who he was. Isdeath, dear, why is that starving man following us? Izuku, that is my former stepfather. Come on. They turned into an alleyway. Seeing this, Am ran up and turned into the alley to see no one there. Am, well, where did they go? Izuku, okay, let's go before he turns into his buff form. Izuku's magic circle appears below them and teleports them away. Izuku and Isdeath appears in front of Urameshi home. He then goes to the front door and knocks on it. Just a minute. Opening the door was Keiko Urameshi, wife of Yusuke and mother of Ochako. Keiko, Izuku, how are you? Keiko pulls the green-haired teen into a hug, which Izuku hugs her back. Izuku, hello Ani Keiko. How are Uncle Yusuke and Ochako? Keiko, they are just fine. They are not here actually, they are at Dagoba Municipal Beach training with Genkai and her grandson. Izuku, I see Isdeath, this is my Aunt Keiko. Aunt Keiko, this is the queen of my peerage, Isdeath Shirayuki. Isdeath, it is a pleasure to meet you, Ms. Keiko. Keiko, a pleasure to meet you as well. So Izuku, how is Hai and Mukuro? Izuku, they're doing just fine. Dad had given me a house to stay in here in the human world. If you want, you're free to visit me. Keiko, really? Hai gave you a house with no adult supervision? Izuku, yeah, he and Mom trust me enough to live by myself. Well, sorta by myself. Isdeath, I am staying with him as well along with my sister and another member of his peerage. Keiko, I see, well then I am happy for you. Izuku, thank you. I'm going to see Ochako and Uncle Yusuke at the beach later, Ani. Izuku and Isdeath then leave the Urameshi household as Keiko stares at their retreating forms. Keiko, thinking Ochako, seem like you have some competition for Izuku's heart. With Ochako, H.A. She punches Kirishima in the gut as his upper body was hardened, and he was sent back. The red-haired teen dropped to his knees, feeling the effects of Ochako's punch. Kirishima smirks at her and says, Kirishima, nice one, Ochako. He then stands back up and smashes his fist together. Kirishima, but it's going to take more than that to bring me down. Ochako, who had spirit energy around her fist, smirked at Kirishima and said, Ochako, well, bring it on, Kirishima. Both Ochako and Kirishima kept in touch with Izuku during the 3 years he was in the underworld. Izuku made sure to visit on their birthdays and Christmas and any time he could when he wasn't on missions. Watching the teen spar were Genkai and Yusuke. Genkai, Ochako has great control over her spirit energy. She certainly has raw talent, that's for sure. Yusuke, well, she is my daughter. Genkai, yes, but her control is way better than yours when you were that age. Thank goodness she has Keiko's brains and is not a dimwit like her father. Yusuke, hey, Uncle Yusuke. Hearing that both Genkai and Yusuke looked to see Izuku walking up to them with Isdeath beside him. Yusuke, Izuku, good to see you, kid. Genkai, hello, Izuku. Izuku, hello, Master Genkai. I would like for you guys to meet my queen, Isdeath. She is the queen of my peerage. Genkai, an ice woman? Her power is incredible. Isdeath, thank you, it is a pleasure to meet you both. Yusuke, so how have you been, kid? Izuku, I've been doing just fine, uncle. Yusuke then calls out to Kirishima and Ochako. Yusuke, hey, you guys take a break, look who's here. BH stopped and saw Izuku, Kirishima and Ochako. Izuku, both ran up to him and tackled him into a hug. Kirishima, it's great to see you, man. Ochako, why didn't you tell us you were coming? Izuku, I wanted to surprise you guys. So tell me, are you ready for the U.A. entrance exams tomorrow? Kirishima, you bet. That's why we're out here doing a little last-minute training. Ochako, it sucks that you won't be there with us, though. Izuku, yeah, well, I am starting school tomorrow at Ko Academy along with my peerage, and speaking of my peerage, this is Isdeath, my queen. Isdeath, this is my cousin Kirishima and my friend Ochako. Isdeath, it's nice to meet you both. Izuku has told me great things about both of you. Ochako was looking at Isdeath, narrowing her eyes at her. She saw how attractive Isdeath is and wondered what the relationship between them really was. Izuku and Kirishima begins talking with each other as Isdeath spoke with Ochako. Ochako, hey Isdeath, can I ask you something? Isdeath, is it about me and Izuku? Ochako nods, trying to hide her jealousy, as Isdeath smirks and says, Isdeath, well, if you must know, me and Izuku are in a relationship. Ochako, oh. She then gets a sad look on her face as Isdeath spoke, getting her attention. Isdeath, you like him, don't you? Ochako immediately started blushing hearing this. Ochako, huh. No, we're just F. Isdeath, don't lie, I can see it clear as day you want him, and I don't mind if you want to be with him. Ochako, wait, you don't mind? Isdeath, In the underworld, it's common for devils to have groups or more than one lover. I love Izuku, and I know there are other women who are interested in him as well. So no, I will not be upset. If you want to be with him, let him know. Ochako. Are you sure? Isdef. If I wasn't sure, I wouldn't have brought it up. You better hurry, though, and confess, because you are going to have competition for his love, and there are other women who want him. But just so we're clear, Isdef gets in Ochako's face and says, Isdef, I am the alpha of this group, and I am not letting anyone take my spot as his number one, understood? Ochako nods as Isdef removes herself from her personal space. Isdef. Good. She walks over to Izuku, who was looking at her with a confused expression. Izuku, what were you two talking about? Isdef. Oh, nothing, dear. Yusuke. Hey, Izuku, come on, we're heading home for dinner. You want to come, Isdef? Isdef. Oh, are you sure I don't want to be a bother? Yusuke. Nonsense, you can come, let's go. They all went to the Urameshi household. As they ate dinner, Isdef was enjoying herself being around Izuku's family, as her and Ochako got along well, as did her and Kirishima. Time went on as it came time for the two to leave, as they gave their goodbyes and left, but not before Izuku gave both Ochako and Kirishima his address to his home. The next day, Izuku, Isdef, Mizore, Stella Mocha, and Kurumu were outside the gates of Kuo Academy looking at the huge building that they were going to be learning in. All of them dressed in the Kuo student uniforms for their respective genders, the girls wearing the Kuo Academy girl uniform, while Izuku wore the male one. Izuku. Well, we're here, so let's go. They all nod as they walk through the gate heading towards the academy. Before I end the story, I just want to clear some things up. There will be another person added to Izuku's peerage, and it will be Ravel Phoenix. She will be Izuku's other bishop. Also, Isdef and Mizore will be fraternal twin sisters in this story. Kuo Academy, a very prestigious school that used to be an all-girls school, but it was now Ko-e, meaning all boys in school. Walking through the gate was none other than Izuku and his peerage, who quickly became the center of attention among the students. RG equals random girl, RB equals random boy. RG. Hold on. Is that the new kids? RB, whoa. Check out those girls, especially the one with the long blue hair. I would say she rivals Rias and Aquino. RG1. Forget those girls, check out the hot green-haired boy. RG2. That long green hair, those freckles on his face, and those green eyes, talk about dreamy. Walking up to the school, many females and males of the student body complimented them. The group ignored them, continuing to make their way to the student council office. Standing right outside the door of the student council office, Izuku knocks 3 times until someone answers the door, that person being Tsubaki, Sona Citri's queen. Tsubaki. Izuku-sama? Izuku. Hello, Tsubaki, it's nice to see you again. We were told this is where we get our schedules for our classes. Tsubaki. Oh yes, please come in. She allows Izuku and his peerage to come inside. Upon seeing them, Sona was surprised. Sona. Izuku? Izuku. Sona, it's a pleasure to see you again. I trust you're doing well? Sona. Yes, but what are you doing here? Izuku. Lord Lucifer didn't tell you? Of course he didn't. Sona. I heard from Rias that Surzek said we would be having new students in our school, but I didn't think it was you. Izuku. Yeah, well, Dad and Lord Surzek decided to send to this school to try and have me get along with my fellow devils. Sona. Sona stares at Izuku as she spoke. Sona. Okay then, give us a second, and we will have your schedules ready. Tsubaki. Tsubaki. Yes, Madam President. Tsubaki then leaves the room to handle their schedules. Sona turns her attention to Izuku. Sona. So how have things been since we last talked? Izuku. Everything has been fine. Actually, I have been wondering, how has Rias been? Sona. Well, she recently gained a new pawn in her peerage. Izuku. She did? Sona. Yes, his name is Issei Hayadu. From what she has told me, he has a sacred gear. Izuku. I knew I sensed something weird when we came through the gate, that's probably it. Sona. So, Izuku, do you play chess? Izuku. Yeah, I play it to pass the time. But I have never been able to beat Nizu, though I have come close. Sona. I see we will have to have a game, then I would love to see which of us is a better player. Izuku. No offense, but Nizu is the only person I have lost against, so you won't win. he said, smirking at her as Sona donned a confident smirk of her own. Sona, oh, is that so? Well, then we will definitely have to play now. Izuku, yes, we should. Just then, Tsubaki came into the room, giving everyone their own schedule as they looked over it. Isdef, it seems we are in the same class, beloved. Izuku, yeah, it seems like it. With Issei Hayadu, one of the perverted trio of Kuo Academy, alongside his friends Matsuda and Motohoma, the three were the best of friends. Though Issei was a huge pervert, he was still a somewhat decent person. Right now he was thinking about the girl he went out with, who tried to figure out how he was still alive. While he thought about this, he was brought out of his thoughts by the teacher, who was standing at the podium. Beside her was Izuku and his death. Teacher, now students, let me have your attention. We have 2 new students who will be joining our class, so please treat them well. You can introduce yourselves now. Izuku nods and speaks. Izuku, morning everyone, my name is Izuku Midoriya. I look forward to learning alongside you all. Isdef, my name is Isdef Shirayuki. It's a pleasure to meet you all. Teacher, now are there any questions for our new students? One girl raised, who was Murayama, captain of the kendo team. Teacher, yes, Murayama? Murayama, yes, I'm Midoriya. Izuku, you can call me Izuku, I don't really care for formalities. Murayama, right, Izuku, you're not a pervert, are you? Izuku, no, I am not a pervert. A pink-haired girl named Castace raised her hand. Teacher, yes, Castace? Castace. Izuku, are you single by any chance? Izuku, no, me and Isdef are in a relationship. She is my girlfriend. Isdef smirks as most of the girls in class frowned, seeing Izuku was taken. Issei, however, stared at Izuku. For some reason, he kept getting this feeling to stay away from him. Izuku then saw Issei staring and looks at the boy, who looked away, making it look like he wasn't staring. Izuku, thinking that must be him, do you feel that, Anubis? Anubis, yes, there is no doubt about it. The boy wields the sacred gear, the boosted gear that hosts the Welsh dragon Drake. Izuku, thinking Drake, huh? Izuku then takes his seat as Isdef takes hers, and the teacher begins the lesson. At the old church. In the old abandoned church, we find 4 fallen angels talking amongst themselves. The leader of the group, Rainier, spoke. Rainier, what? Are you sure? The blue-haired woman, Calawarner, answered the raven-haired fallen. Calawarner, positive 7 devils are here now. I couldn't sense their magical power, so either they were so strong they can hide it, or they don't have any at all. Rainier, damn it, just what we need, more pathetic devils to get in our way. Kala Mitlet, you will deal with them. For our plan to be a success, we don't need any more devils coming into the picture. Calawarner, fine. Mitlet, so who are these new devils? Calawarner, I don't know, but the one with the green hair looks familiar to me. For some reason I do not know. Time skip after school. Izuku was with his peerage, now standing outside of Kuo talking. Izuku, so how was your first day? Stella, sighs, well, I had all the boys staring at me all day, asking me out constantly. It was really annoying. To think this school would have so many perverted boys. Mizor, the same thing was happening to me in my classes. Isdef, well, Izuku, and I made it clear to everyone that we are together. Izuku, you had to make that clear to keep down the fangirls that were starting to grow. I also, that Issei guy. Mizor, you did? Izuku, yes, he is the host of Drake, the Red Dragon Emperor. Stella, a power like that in his hands, and now Rias has him a part of her peerage? Wow. Izuku then felt something as he glanced in another direction. Stella, you felt that too? Mizor, I definitely did. Isdef, do they really think they can hide from us? Izuku, Stella, Mizor, Mocha, Kurmu, you guys head on home. Me and Isdef will deal with these foolish crows. Stella, fine, we'll be waiting for you guys. They then leave while Izuku and Isdef walk off in another direction. Izuku and Isdef were walking as they made it into a forest clearing. Izuku, you can come out now. Hearing this, the 2 fallen angels that had been tailing them were shocked. Both Mitlet and Calawarner stepped into view from behind the trees. Izuku, is there a reason you're following us? Calawarner, well, we figured you and your little group of devils needed to be put down. Mitlet, so we're here to make sure that happens. They both form light spears. Izuku, I see now, Igris, why don't you deal with them? The two girls were confused until Calawarner's right arm that was holding the light spear was suddenly sliced off. Calawarner, GH. Igris stood behind both Fallens, his sword drawn as he then stabs Calawarner in the right leg, causing the woman to fall to her knees while Mitlet took to the air in an attempt to get away. Mitlet, who the hell is TH? Izuku. And just where do you think you're going? Unable to react fast enough, the small Fallen felt a ferocious kick to her back that sent her to the ground with a boom, while Izuku landed on the ground gracefully, as he stared at Igris, who was about to decapitate Calawarner. Izuku. Igris, wait, don't kill her just yet. Looks at his death, restrain her, she could give us some answers. Is death. As you wish, beloved. Appearing in front of Calawarner with her hand out, is death blasts the blue-haired Fallen, trapping her in a huge block of ice. Mitlet, Kala. Her head was then kicked into the ground by Izuku, who held his foot on her head, keeping her in the dirt. Izuku. Now I have a question for you, and you are going to answer it. Mitlet struggles to raise her head and glare at Izuku. Mitlet. Go F yourself. This made Izuku smirk. Izuku. So that's how it's going to be? He then reaches down and grabs one of Mitlet's wings. Mitlet's face showed one of fear, knowing what he was about to do. Mitlet. Wait, no, don't. Izuku then rips out her left fallen angel wing and tossed it to the side. Mitlet's scream did not bother him in the slightest as his uncaring gaze stared down at her. Izuku. Now I have a question for you. Who sent you to kill us, and how many of you are there in this town? Mitlet still felt the pain of having one of her wings ripped out. Spoke. Mitlet. Fine, but if I tell you let me live, deal? Izuku. Deal, now talk. Mitlet. It was our leader Rainair besides me, and Kala. There are two more fallen angels, Rainair and Donasik. She told us to find you and kill you, trying to eliminate a threat before it can become one. Izuku. So, this Rainair sent you after us, huh? Mitlet. Yes, she did. Izuku. Thanks for the bit of info, now you're gonna die. Mitlet was shocked before she yelled at Izuku. Mitlet. But you said you would let me live? Izuku. I did. I let you live for a few seconds after telling me what I want to know. Be grateful I was nice enough to do that. Channeling black lightning to his hands, he unleashed it on Mitlet, who could do nothing but scream as she was turned to dust. Izuku. There, that takes care of one crow now. He walks up to the frozen Calawarner and says, Izuku. Igris, take her back to my house. This death will be in charge of interrogating her. Igris. Yes, my liege. Isdeath released the now unconscious Calawarner from her icy prison, while Igris held her on his shoulder and sinked into the shadows, taking her away. Izuku. So, did you enjoy the show? Stepping out from hiding behind a tree, Rias walked up to them, smiling with her arms crossed. Rias. Indeed I did. It's good to see you again, Izuku. Izuku stared at red-haired beauty and responded. Izuku. Likewise, Rias. I see you have a little crow infestation here. Rias. Yes, they came a few months ago. They did nothing but stay out of our way, so we ignored them, but we kept them under surveillance. We figured that they had to be here for a reason, and that is what we are trying to find out. Izuku. I see. Well then, with this death dealing with that blue-haired Fallen, I can guarantee you we will have some answers soon. I will be sure to keep you well informed. Izuku vanishes in a swirl of black flames, leaving Rias there, as she soon teleports home herself. At the Yagi household. Inko. What do you mean you can't find him? Inko was on the phone with a private detective trying to find out where Izuku was. Ever since Izuku left, she has either been trying to find him or Hai, but to no avail. Hai made sure that nor he nor Izuku could be tracked down. When all might see Izuku, Inko tried everything she could to try and find him, but no luck. Inko. Ugh. Keep looking. I swear, what do I pay you for? She hangs up the phone. Meanwhile, Izumi was in her room video, chatting with the Bakugu and Todoroki twins. Katsumi. Wait, Deku came back? Izumi. Yeah, my dad saw him saving some girl from the sludge villain the other day. After that, he just disappeared. Katsuki. What do you mean he disappeared? He has to be somewhere. Izumi. Hey, calm down, I don't know. Besides, I haven't seen him in 3 years. He probably changed his look to hide from us. Shoka. If anyone would know where he is, it would be Urameshi and Kawabara. They were his friends in middle school. Shoto. Good luck getting them to tell us those guys hate our guts. No way they would tell us where he is. With Izuku. Izuku. Hold on, so how many points did you guys get in the entrance exams? Izuku himself was in a video call with both Kirishima and Ochako. Ochako, I got 80 points, so I am pretty sure I got the top score. Kirishima, Izuburo, you should have seen her, man. She was like a girl possessed. She destroyed every robot in the exam, and don't even get me started on what she did to the zero-pointer. Izuku, what did she do to the zero-pointer? Kirishima, she obliterated it. A student was trapped under some rubble, and she saved them. Then she saw the zero-pointer closing in and fired her spirit gun. Ochako, come on, Kirishima, it wasn't that impressive. Izuku, I wish I could have been there to see you guys in action. Kirishima, don't worry, man, we understand. So how was Kuo? Izuku, well, it's quite interesting, I will say that. Have you guys spoken to Kyoka? How has she been doing? Kirishima and Ochako went quiet when he mentioned Jiro. This confused Izuku as he asked, Izuku, hey, what's wrong with you guys? Ochako, well, Jiro stopped hanging around us. Izuku, really, why? Kirishima, well, we never told her about the supernatural. We told her you left and went with your dad, and that is it. Ochako, she stopped hanging out with us after you left 3 years ago. Izuku, I see. Don't worry, I am sure she will come around. She is probably just dealing with some things. Isdeath knocks on Izuku's door, and Izuku says, Izuku, come in. Isdeath walked in smirking as she spoke. Isdeath, Izuku dear, our guest is ready to talk. Izuku, all right, I will be right there. Izuku looks back at his phone and says, all right, guys, I have to go. Ochako, see you later. Izuku, Kirishima, later. Izuburo. Izuku and Isdeath made their way to the cell where they were keeping Calawarner. As they approached the cell, the blue-haired beauty looked like a shell of herself. Isdeath had been torturing the woman for an entire day and got her to crack. Izuku stood in front of Calawarner, who was tied up and bound by chains, but she was heavily injured thanks to Isdeath, as she was bleeding badly from her forehead and had scars all over her body. Izuku, wow, Isdeath, you did quite the number on her. Isdeath, well, she wanted to be stubborn, dear, so I had to get a little forceful. Izuku lightly slaps Calawarner as this wakes up the blue-haired bombshell, who looks up with her gaze, meeting Izuku. She then looks to see Isdeath by his side, as this causes the woman to shake in fear. Izuku, I see my queen has given you some love and care here. I hope she has treated you well, because we have some questions we have to ask you. Now you can answer these questions, but know this: if you lie or refuse to give me the answers I want, well, then my queen here points to Isdeath gets to have some more fun with you, understand? Calawarner nods frantically as Izuku asks, Izuku, now why the hell are the fallen angels here in a devil's territory? Calawarner, it was a plan by Rainier to come here and invite an exiled nun to the church and steal her sacred gear. Izuku, stealing a nun's sacred gear? Who is this nun? Calawarner, her name is Asia Argento, but there is also someone else as well. Izuku, really, and who is that? Calawarner, a teenager by the name of Rin Okamuru. He is half demon, half human. He was trying to become an exorcist, but with his demonic heritage, he too was exiled. He came here with her, and we have kept him chained and bound underneath the church. We do it to keep Asia from running off or doing anything foolish due to them being very close friends. Izuku, interesting things just got more exciting. Isdeath, dear, see what else our little friend knows. When you are done with her, feel free to kill her. Isdeath smirks while Calawarner looked horrified and yells, Calawarner, wait, no, please let me go. I will leave and never return. I won't even go to Rainier. Just let me live, I beg of you. Izuku, oh no, you see, you attacked me, and I can't just let that slide. Who is to say you won't tell your friends, and then you all come after me or members of my peerage? Letting you live is a mistake I will not be making. Izuku turns to Isdeath, gives her a quick peck on the lips, and says, Izuku, have fun, babe. Izuku then slaps Isdeath on her rear, making her blush. Isdeath, oh, you are so not playing fair, Zuzu. Izuku walks out of the cell, leaving the two alone. Isdeath was smiling, ready to inflict more pain. Calawarner was shaking in fear, terrified of the blue-haired Ice Queen. At the abandoned church, Rin Okamura was bound by chains, looking down at the ground until he gets kicked in the face, causing him to wake up and glare at the man in front of him. This man was Freed Selzen, a crazy exorcist. Freed, wake up, dipshit. Hey, erase your food. He threw a plate of food at him, which hits him in the face. Rin grits his teeth at this. Freed, I'll look at that glare. Don't worry, you won't have to eat trash like this anymore, because after we take that nun's sacred gear, we're taking yours as well, got it? Rin, curse you. Freed, hey, we're in the house of God, demonic shitstains, like you don't get to talk like that. He then kicks Rin in the face as Rin gets angrier at this, but his arms are chained and bound, unable to do anything as Freed smirks and walks off. Freed, oh, well, see you, punk, I might just have a little fun with that sweet little nun ta-ta. Gritting his teeth in anger, Rin glares at Freed's retreating form. Rin, I swear I am going to kill you, just you wait. It was now morning, with our story starting off with Izuku waking up, opening his eyes to see Isdeath snuggled up to him on his right, wearing one of Izuku's shirt that was too big on her. He looks at her sleeping face and smiles, seeing her sleeping so peacefully. He then felt another weight on his left side as he turned to see Mizore sleeping with his left arm in between her rack. Mizore being with Izuku wasn't a surprise, as Isdeath allowed only women who are strong and are truly in love with Izuku to be with him as long as she is the #1 wife. Izuku enjoys spending time with the women in his life. He does love them, but at times he feels as if he doesn't deserve them. His attention was caught by a certain red head that was sleeping on his chest, which was none other than Stella Vermilion. Stella was more stubborn about her feelings for Izuku due to her tsundere nature. But after Izuku and her went out on a few dates, she finally built up the courage to confess her feelings for Izuku, to which he responded to her confession with a kiss on the lips. Stella then became a part of Izuku's group. The only ones that do not have romantic feelings for Izuku is Kurumu and Mocha, which he does not have a problem with. Stella stirs awake as she sits up and stretches and sees Izuku, who is smiling at her. Stella, morning, Izuku. Izuku, good morning, Stella, I take it you slept well? Stella, of course I did. You are really comfortable to sleep with. But I suppose we should get ready. We do have school today. Izuku, you're right, well, let's get the sisters up. He shakes Isdeath, earning a groan from her, as then does the same for Mizore. Isdeath, Mzuzu, do we have to get up? I don't want to go to school. Mizore, please just 5 more minutes? Izuku, sorry babe, but we have to get up. Isdeath, I don't wanna. Mizore, me neither. Both sisters lay their heads back down as Izuku and Stella sigh at this, and Izuku came up with an idea. Izuku, okay then, well, how about this? The first girl up and dressed gets to go out on a date with me Friday night. Whatever you want, it's your choice. Suddenly both Mizore and Isdeath shot up, and they both heads for the bathroom, even Stella. Seeing this, Izuku chuckles and goes downstairs. When he does, he hears someone knocking on the door, and he goes to answer it. When he opens it, he sees both Rias and Akino standing there. Rias, good morning, Izu. Whatever she was about to say was cut off when she looks in front of her to see a shirtless Izuku. Izuku, good morning, ladies. What can I do for you both? Rias was blushing heavily, looking at Izuku, while Akino had her own blush with a hand on her cheek. Izuku put 2 fingers under Rias' chin, lifting her face up to look him in the eyes. Izuku, Rias, my eyes are up here. Quickly snapping out of her flustered state, she asks. Rias, oh, sorry, Izuku. Clears throat, I was wondering if you wanted to walk to school together? Izuku, sure, just give me a few minutes. He steps aside, letting them inside the house. Rias and Akino admire the inside of Izuku's home and made themselves comfortable while Izuku left to get himself ready. A few minutes later, and Izuku was dressed in the Kuo Academy uniform. When comes into the living room, he sees Isdeath, Kuruma, Mocha, Stella, and Mizore alongside Rias and Akino, as Mizore and Isdeath were glaring at Stella, who kept smirking at the 2 sisters. Izuku, judging by your looks, I take it Stella won her little wager? Stella, yes, I did. Oh, and we're going to the movies Friday night. Izuku, chuckles, sure, come on, let's go. They all leave Izuku's home and made their way to school as Rias started up a conversation with Izuku. Rias, so, Izuku, would you mind coming by the clubhouse after school? Izuku, sure, I need to talk with you anyway. That little birdie we have has been singing a lot, and I am sure you want to know about it. Rias, yes, I would. So, what did you do with her once you got the info you needed? Izuku, my hot queen there put the little bird out of her misery. Isdeath, Izuku, you sweet talker. Izuku. Just speaking the truth. They then see that they have made it to school, and they go their separate ways. The classes went by smoothly as the end of the day came, and Izuku and his peerage made their way to the Occult Research Club. Izuku approaches the door, but they soon hear something. Rias. Issei, you have to forget about that girl. Izuku. HM? Izuku knocks on the door. Rias. Come in. Izuku comes in followed by his peerage. Izuku. Is everything all right here? Issei. Hey, you're the new students that came here the other day. Kiba. Issei, this is Izuku and his peerage. Stella is Death, Mizor, Kurumu, and Mocha. Izuku walks up to Issei, who clutches his arm feeling something wrong. Issei. Thinking, why am I getting a bad feeling from this guy? Just who is he? Izuku. So this is the Red Dragon Emperor? Issei. Red Dragon Emperor? Izuku. You don't know the name of your sacred gear? It's Death. So this is Rias' new pawn. I'm not gonna lie, I am not impressed. Issei. Hey. Izuku. Well, anyway, looks at Rias. What were you guys talking about before we came in? Rias. Issei here was escorting a nun to the church in town. I was just warning him of how dangerous that is. Izuku. HM, would this nun go by the name Asia Argento? Issei. Yeah, that's her name. Why? Izuku. She is the target of the fallen angels. They want to take her sacred gear. Akino. Take her sacred gear? Izuku. Yes, that is the information we got out of that woman before ending her. Is Death. There were 4 fallen angels. Calawarner, Mitlet, Donasik, and Rainier is the leader of the group, and we have already dealt with 2 of them, so that just leaves Donasik and Rainier along with a group of over 10 exorcists they have with them. Rias. Rainier, huh? She is the one that killed Issei. Your info gathering is great, Izuku. Izuku. I can't take the credit that goes to his death. She's good at making people talk no matter how tough they are. Issei. So what are we going to do about Asia? We can't just leave her with that woman, Rainier. Rias. We and that girl are on opposite sides of existence. If you really want to get involved with her, then the problem wouldn't just be simple like this. There would be many with their vital fluids spilled. Izuku. There is more than that. They have someone captive with them to keep Asia in line. Akino. Who? Izuku. His name is Rin Okamura, a hybrid demon who is trying to become an exorcist only to be exiled. He has a special relationship with this Asia girl, and that is why they are holding him hostage, so she will go along with their plans. Kiba. That's sick. Issei. Then we have to do something. Izuku. Didn't you just hear Rias? There is nothing to be done unless you want to go there yourself and help her, but doing that would be very bad. Not only would you get yourself killed, but you will only cause a problem for your master. So, do yourself a favor and stay put. Issei. What did you say, pretty boy? Issei then grabs Izuku by his shirt collar, glaring at him. Yet Izuku remained unfazed, but then an ice collar forms around Issei's neck. Issei. What the hell is going on? He then removes his hand from Izuku's shirt, as he could not control his own body. Izuku. It's Death, you didn't have to do that. It's Death, who was holding out her hand, at Issei lowered it. It's Death. Well, I am sorry, dear, but this boy here needs to watch himself. Besides, if I didn't do it, then one of your shadows would have definitely got involved. Issei. Thinking, what is this? My body won't respond to me. I can't even speak, my mind is going blank. Izuku. It's Death, please release him. We did not come here to start a fight. It's Death. As you wish, beloved. Snapping her fingers, the ice collar around Issei's neck vanishes, giving him his free will back as Kiba and Rias check on him. Izuku. That was his Death's ice worker. When she uses that, a collar appears around the neck of her target and strips them of free will. It steals your sense of self. Issei was catching his breath as Izuku spoke once more. Izuku. I do apologize for his Death's actions. We will be taking our leave. Izuku. Telepathy. Iron. Iron. Telepathy, yes, my liege? Izuku. Telepathy, I want you to go to Issei's shadow, stick close to him, and find out what you can about this Asia girl. Iron. Telepathy, yes, sir, I will not let you down. In the shadows, Iron moved to Issei's shadow as Izuku commanded. Izuku and his peerage then took their leave. When they exited the clubhouse, they began to head home. It's Death. Izuku, dear, what will you do about this Rainier woman? From the info I got from that woman, she has a exorcist with her, as well as another fallen angel ally. Izuku, we are not going to do anything yet. That Issei guy is going to lead us right to them. Mocha, what makes you think that? Izuku, that boy cares about this girl. He will most likely encounter her again, and when that happens we will take advantage of that. Kurumu, so what will you do about this Rin Okamura guy? Izuku, I will offer him chance to join my peerage. Whether he joins or not is up to him. Istef, what if he decides not to join us? Izuku, then we let him go on about his business. I won't force people in my peerage, you guys know that. Later that night, Rias, I am really sorry about Issei. He is still new to being a devil. Izuku, there is nothing to apologize for, but that guy is far too emotional. Are you sure you want him in your peerage? Rias, well, his has the Red Dragon Emperor, so that's a plus. His power could help me with what I have coming up. She and Izuku were currently playing a game of chess. Izuku, you mean your marriage to Riser Phoenix? Rias, yes, my father and Lord Phoenix have moved things up. If I don't do something, I will be married to that pig. He doesn't even care about me as a person. Only Rias Gremory, the heiress, and the prestige of my family name. Izuku, don't worry too much about that. You won't be marrying that idiot. Rias, oh, and what makes you say that, Izuku? Izuku, because I can see that marrying him will make you miserable. You deserve to be with someone who will actually care for you. You should be with someone who will always keep that beautiful smile on your face. Rias blushes hearing this. Rias, are you flirting with me, Izuku? Izuku, smirks. What do you think, Rias? Rias, oh, since when have you become such sweet talker? When we first met, you didn't like getting close to people that much. Izuku, well, things change in 3 years. Rias, true, I never knew you were so blushes ripped. Izuku, thank you. You have an amazing body yourself. I can see why the boys of Kuo Academy drool over you. Rias, my, so you think I'm hot? Izuku, of course, but it takes more than a hot body to get into my heart. You got that, you hot redhead? Rias, smirks. Sure, Greenie, I hear you loud and clear. Izuku, yeah, and also checkmate. She looks to see Izuku has beaten her. Her eyes widen seeing this. Rias, what, how? Izuku, chuckles. I am just that good. Rias, oh, so you were just saying all those things to distract me from the game, cheater? Rias stood up as Izuku walks up to her, placing 2 fingers under her chin, making her face him as they were looking into each other's eyes. Izuku, actually those things I said were true. You are breathtakingly gorgeous, Rias. I meant every word, and if you don't believe my words. He then leans in as Rias was doing the same. Her heart beating fast the more Izuku's face approaches hers, her eyes close, with Izuku going for her lips, only to then kiss her on the cheek. Shocked by the action, the red-headed girl opens her eyes as Izuku goes towards her left ear, whispering, Izuku, good night, Rias. Her entire face was red. She was so embarrassed she used her teleportation circle and vanished, heading to her house. Izuku headed up to his room to get some sleep. The next day, after school, Izuku was on the rooftop of a building with Istef at his side. A shadow appears behind him and forms Iron, who is kneeling to Izuku. Iron, my liege lady Istef, I have something to report on the one called Issei Hayadu. Izuku and Istef turn their attention to the kneeling shadow soldier and says, Izuku, what did you find out? Iron reports that Issei encountered Asia again, and he hung out with the exiled nun while they were having fun going around. Rainier appeared and attacked Issei and threatened Asia with both his life and Rin's, forcing her to choose, which she chose to go with the Winged Fallen as they left, leaving Issei there. Izuku, so she's going to take her sacred gear tonight, huh? Iron, yes, sir. Istef looks at Izuku, so what are we going to do, beloved? Izuku, it seems these crows have overstayed their welcome, so let's do what we do best. Istef gives a bloodthirsty smile hearing this. Istef, well then let the hunt begin. So, this was the end of this series. Stay tuned for next part of this series, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.